Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
How's it going, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and tell everybody to spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, I'm on Twitter and Gab, folks, the Twitter alternative. All right? You can find me on both of those social media at Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And, by the way, this is episode number 471. Episode number 471 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Good God, it seems like every day we've got so many things to talk about here. But let's go ahead and get right to the markets, folks, because as I alluded to yesterday, I said, and I've alluded to this actually throughout the past couple of weeks, was that if Janet Yellen happens to raise the interest rate above a quarter point, expect some waves. If by some chance Janet Yellen and the Federal Reserve only raise it another quarter point, it will be a love tap to the market. And I said yesterday that the market will interpret that as, hey, it's okay. We've already factored in this kind of quarter point in the previous losses, and they're going to, view it as some level of positivity, and that's exactly what happened. Now, we had a lot of speculation going into today. We had a lot of speculation that the Federal Reserve was going to raise interest rates, all right, a half a point, three-quarter point. I mean, we didn't know. I said that it would be a love tap if it was a quarter point, and that's exactly what happened, folks, and the market responded accordingly. Now, people are asking, well, wait a minute, okay, it raised a quarter point. We have an over-speculated dollar. How come the dollar is a little down today? Well, folks, it's what? Financial fundamentals, all right? If we're going to see the equities market up today, then we should see some kind of some kind of decrease within the value of the dollar. I mean, that's just financial fundamentals, okay? And I think that's short term because, remember, we've got a couple of other interest rates raising this year according to the dots that were put forth by the Federal Reserve. So we've got more Federal Reserve interest rate hikes coming. This 0.25% rate hike was nothing more than a love tap. This quarter point was nothing more than a love tap. And you could see that the market, they responded accordingly. All right? They responded accordingly. Let's go ahead and get to the markets here. Once again, the investors responded. The reason that they responded positively in the equities markets, folks, is because it's a love tap. As I stated, I mean, this quarter point was factored into the market, at least according to the investors, which I believe they're smoking crack, but, we're in a whole new mental playing field as it pertains to these investors in the market today. They felt this as a positive note. I alluded to that yesterday. So let's go ahead and get to this since we only had a quarter point interest rate hike as of March 15th. So let's go ahead and get to the Dow. The Dow Jones Industrials is up 112.73 points. I'm like, come on, man. I get it, all right? Wall Street, Janet Yellen just gave a love tap, only a quarter point, but you're responding like this. I mean, everybody who is watching this that doesn't understand the stock market actually believes that we're at the best economy right now. We are nowhere near that. All right, the jobs numbers look good, don't get me wrong, but we have to make that sustaining. We also have to make sure that the GDP growth goes to at least 4% on a sustainable basis. All right, at least for 4 quarters of 4% GDP growth. Well, I mean, what are we at now? Barely 1%? It's ridiculous. All right, there's a lot of economic factors that don't justify this overinflation of the stock market. So that's why I'm saying, even though we're seeing increases today, it's based on news, it's based on hype. All right, so once again, folks, don't think that this is somehow the bull market continuing. All right, it's not. Anybody who has made millions or billions in this market is already coming out in every form of business media trying to tell people this. All right, I mean, I'm not the only one saying it now. People are starting to realize that, hey, look, this is ridiculous. I mean, what's justifying Dow Jones 20,000 for Christ? What's justifying it? Nothing is justifying it, folks. It's over speculation. It's an asset bubble. I mean, there was a video put out by the great Carl Icahn in which he is warning people. This was pre-Donald Trump election, in which he is warning people about this asset bubble. He's warning people about this asset bubble, meaning that everybody who has all this cash, and I alluded to this yesterday. Remember, during the Obama administration, during the Bush administration, they printed out a lot of money. The 2000s, I mean, they were giving away money, folks. I mean, money was being given away at every level that you could think of. Government, business loans, I mean, you name it. I mean, cheap money to go around, and not even that could sustain the economy. Now, what it did instead was the individuals that were able to get a hold of the cheap money that was being printed by the Federal Reserve, that was being signed in by the Congress, what they did is just hoarded that money and put it into assets. All right? And look, we can take a look back in, just in the Obama administration, the latter part of the Bush administration. I mean, remember Stimulus Package 1? Remember Stimulus Package 2? Remember all the quantitative easings? Remember all the monetary fiscal policy of the Federal Reserve, like the twist and all that crap, man. It was nothing more than fancy ways of saying that we're going to continue to print money, and that's all there is to it. Now, what they thought is that if they continue to print money, that eventually the economy would somehow, revitalize itself. I don't know. It's some kind of Keynesian economic hooey that people actually believe for the past goddamn 2 presidential cycles, and it's ridiculous. All right? Now we're getting back down to capitalism, which we should be doing. We need to get, and this is what Trump's about. All right? Trump is finally starting to realize that what we have in Washington today is nothing more than a bureaucratic system that is being ran by a deep state, which is in conjunction with corporatism on an international scale. And what we are trying to do, and I say we, I'm talking about those of us on the Trump train, those of us that support this administration, what we are trying to do is get back to Americana capitalism. I mean, instead of having all the wealth in one group's hands, I mean, let's go out and equalize the opportunity, all right? Not spread the wealth, equalize the opportunity. And how do you equalize the opportunity? Well, you first of all, you've got to break the chains of bondage that is retarding the economic progression of America. And that's what Donald Trump's trying to do with this repeal of Obamacare. And listen, I'm critical of it. I don't like it. I've been vocal about it. But in essence, if nothing is done, it'll literally bankrupt the country, folks. I know that people think that's a lie. It was meant to do that. It was meant to bankrupt the country so that they could just incrementally bring in socialized medicine. That's why they have done this. And another byproduct, and I've said this many times of Obamacare, it retarded economic growth because it mandates by law, by federal law, that either individuals or employers must have health insurance for themselves or their employees, or their employees. And folks, you know the prices of insurance right now. Many of the prices of insurance supersede many of the jobs that, require pay for labor. I mean, it just supersedes the cost of labor. So that's why you don't have anybody whatsoever out here, with the exception of a few handful of companies that can afford to do so, that are giving out full-time jobs anymore. Oh, man, are you kidding me? I mean, I feel bad for anybody in the employment market during the Obama administration. There's no goddamn full-time jobs. And the reason there's no full-time jobs, folks, Obamacare. Obamacare, folks, is a federally mandated law that forces everybody to buy health insurance, or if you're going to employ somebody full-time, which is over 40 hours, you are mandated by law to purchase health insurance for your employee. And as I stated, the cost of health care right now supersedes the cost of labor in most cases, so that's why you don't have full-time jobs anymore. And it's a shame because people not only relied on full-time work, but they relied on overtime. Remember that? I mean, come on, man. We need to bring back overtime for folk, because I remember people used to live on that overtime. And when I mean live, I'm talking about they'd suffice their monthly expenses, whether it be a car, whether it be a place to live, some house, some food. If they have children, allocate monies for that. And then they lived on their overtime. They went out and did leisurely activity on that overtime money. They went out and purchased materials that they wouldn't otherwise need but wanted on that overtime money. And I think it's a shame that people don't see the big picture as it pertains to Obamacare or Ryan Care. We need to get rid of the mandate. Now, under Ryan Care, folks, I alluded to this yesterday, that Ryan Care, okay, it doesn't federalize the mandate, but what it does now, it gives the power to fine those that don't have health insurance beyond 63 days. This is in the Ryan Care bill. If you don't have health insurance beyond 63 days, the next insurance company can enforce the fine on you, and the fine that's enforced on you is higher than the fine that was initially given in Obamacare. So, you see, folks, I mean, same crap, different plate. Now, why is Trump behind this? Because as I alluded to, folks, we have to do something to save the economy, and repealing and replacing Obamacare obviously is just patchwork on the wall. If we don't do this, in 12 months, Obamacare will collapse, and it could jeopardize the entire country. I'm not even joking around. What the freaking Democrats and Obama did with this scheme of Obamacare was purposely put America down a path of economic destruction. And it's a fact. It's an absolute fact. And this is why, unfortunately, Donald Trump is having to kind of hold his nose and leave it up to the damn Republicans to, kind of construct some level of policy that is going to replace Obamacare. I'm in disagreement with it. A lot of people are in disagreement with it. We have made our voices heard, and I'm going to talk about that later in the show, what happened because of that, because I think it's very important that we, and I'm talking about you and me, we are the new media. We are the new media, and because we showed our disdain for Ryan Care, they responded. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But regardless, I got on this kick in the soliloquy about the economy because we need a lot more than monetary policy. We need a lot more than a bunch of over-speculation in Wall Street so that we can revitalize the economy to make America great again. And as I stated, we need 4% GDP growth. The only way we're going to get that is if we get full employment. And I'm talking about real full employment, not this fidgeted number that they have now as it pertains to unemployment numbers released by the government. We need people that are out there fully employed, gainfully employed, making money, all right, actually conducting themselves in the economic market. And this is what's going to fuel the increase in GDP growth, folks. We need the jobs market to increase, all right? I mean, we need production to increase. We need to start producing again. And you see, Donald Trump knows this. I've been saying this for years, man. Look back in the archive. I've been broadcasting since 2008, and I've been saying this, that America needs to start producing again, and Donald Trump and Mnuchin and Ross and all these guys that are a part of the administration know this. They know that we need to start producing again, and this is a big-time key issue. Now, back to Carl Icahn in this video that he released previous to Donald Trump becoming president during the campaign, that we are in an asset bubble. And you see, folks, once again, going back to all that money the Federal Reserve and our government has printed out, it has gone into the hands of a very select few group of people. Now, let's be honest, 80% of that money, 80% of the money in America right now is in the hands of the baby boomer generation, folks, all right? So for all you young people that are pissed off and that are bitching and moaning and that want to go out and protest, I mean, I think you need to look at your old man and your old lady. I think you need to look at your goddamn parents and say, what the hell did you do? I think you need to look at grandma and grandpa and say, what the hell did you do? What the hell did you produce? Why are we here? Because in the end, folks, what's happening here is an asset bubble, and that's why you see everything increasing in value. You see the stock market increasing in value based upon nothing, based upon no actual earnings, based upon no actual forecast of any earnings, based upon nothing. It's a facade. It's a place where people that have a lot of this overprinted money that has been printed out for the past 10 to 12 years, they're putting it in stocks. They're putting it back in real estate. They're putting it in artwork. They're putting it in every asset possible. That's why we have all these overinflated prices in all these assets. All right, this is a serious problem, and that's why I've been trying to tell people this. I've been trying to tell people that what we are witnessing is a facade, and unless we start curbing this to some capacity, when it comes crashing down, I don't think people are going to be ready for it. So I am glad in the end that Janet Yellen only increased this particular interest rate hike at a quarter point. Because had she done any more than that, I think that we'd have seen some serious trouble, in my opinion. And listen, it's justified. We need a contraction. But I think Yellen at this point, in my opinion, based upon the action of the Fed, is kind of put up an olive branch to the administration with this quarter-point interest rate hike. You know, kind of an olive branch because, I mean, the Federal Reserve could have spanked the administration and the whole point, all right, 3/4 point interest rate hike today, and that would have shocked the whole goddamn economic markets, plural. So anyway, with that being said, folks, I didn't mean to get off on that soliloquy about all that, but this is, I mean, we got to start getting back to the fundamentals. I hate sounding like the old fart on Wall Street 1. You got to stick to the fundamentals, bud. The fundamentals. I mean, I have to agree with him, man. I never thought I'd become a bear investor in a bull market, man. I never thought I'd ever see that in my life. But I am. I guess, you grow old and you start realizing, the bears are where it's at. Because when everything's all good and the gravy's flowing, the bulls are there, and they're, showing the bears like, hey, look at me, we're living lavish. We got lots of money. Look at me. And then when the stock market tanks and everybody's poor, who has the most money in the end? It's the bear investors, man. All right? So Warren Buffett is a bear investor. All right? I mean, I never thought I'd say it. I never thought I would say it. Anyway, let me move on, folks. I'm sorry. Let's get to the stock market here. Once again, Dow Jones Industrial up 112.73 points, a percentage increase of 0.54%, closing out the Dow at 20,950.10 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. I mean, did you see the S&P today? S&P is up 19.81 points on the Janet Yellen quarter point love tap to the markets. That's a percentage increase of 0.84%, closing out the S&P at 2,385.26 points for the S&P 500. Let's see, we got the NASDAQ. It was also up considerably today. The NASDAQ is up 43.23 points, a percentage increase of 0.74%. Closing out the NASDAQ at 5,900.05 points for the NASDAQ composite. Now, once again, folks, the reason we're seeing increases is because of a reactionary type of speculation from the investment community. It was the love tap by Janet Yellen, only a quarter point, and the investors started smoking the crack again, and this is what we have. This is what we have. Now, with that being said, folks, we should see, since we saw a little bit of a slip in the dollar, we should see commodities up as well. Now, let's get to the energy sector, because something happened here right maybe about an hour or two before the damn market closed that Donald Trump made the announcement, folks, and we're going to talk about this here later, but, I mean, unfortunately, all this ties into the markets, so I got to talk about it now a little bit. Trump announced that he is going to challenge the Obama-era fuel standards set forth by the Obama administration. You know, all this energy-saving, gas-saving garbage, you know? Like, you got to make sure that every gallon of gas gets this many miles and all this crap, all right? Well, let me tell you something. That was a shot in the arm, all right, for the energy sector. All right, I mean, I'm serious, a shot in the arm. And let me tell you something, folks. I think this was a very, very sneaky way of salvaging what could potentially jeopardize the U.S. petrodollar in a falling oil price. Now, what Donald Trump did was literally he wants to scrap the whole Obama-era fuel regulation that you got to have so many miles per gallon of gas and all this other crap, which basically costs the manufacturer of cars more money in research and development to try to come up with this crap. But you see, folks, now that we've got so many producers on the world market of oil and we have a limited amount of refiners of gasoline, I mean, Trump was like, look, let's be honest. Let's screw these little stupid wannabe overtaxation on the basis of fictitious science type nonsense, and let's go back and let's have our gas guzzlers again. All right? I mean, come on, this is Americana. We want tanks on the street again. I want to see big ass Hummers and big huge trucks. You understand? I want big cars again, man. I mean, I want freaking Cadillacs that were like as big as like a freaking do you remember those old Cadillacs that you could barely get into a freaking parking lot or in a parking spot because the goddamn things are like freaking 20 feet long? I want that stuff. Gas guzzlers, baby. Americana.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Anyway, that particular news, folks, shot up the freaking energy market. I mean, are you kidding me? And I think, like I said, the reason Trump did this, we're starting to see a fall in energy because I've said there's way too many oil producers. And as I've alluded to this, every time I've covered the energy sector, I have said that I would not touch it with a 10-foot pole. The damn thing has gradually gone down below $50 a barrel. This could potentially jeopardize the integrity of our dollar. the petrodollar, because that's what our dollar is linked to, is the price of oil. So I think this is a very, very clever attempt, and not just attempt, but a successful strategy by Donald Trump to increase the value of oil and gasoline by letting loose these ridiculous Obama-era fuel regulations. Man, they're stupid. And let me tell you, that was a shot in the arm to energy. Let's go ahead and get to it. I mean, just take a look at this. Take a look at this. Energy today up. Let's go to WTI sweet crude. WTI sweet crude up $1.24, a percentage increase of, get this, 2.60% increase on the day for WTI sweet crude, closing out WTI at $48.96 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. Brent crude also up today, folks, $1.11, a percentage increase of 2.18%, closing out Brent crude at $52.03 per barrel of Brent crude oil, folks. Now, gasoline was up rather modestly today. It was only up 0.30%. The feast or famine commodity, natural gas, was up 1.33% increase on the day. Heating oil also up today, 1.59% increase on the day for heating oil. Let's go ahead and get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! Now, folks, once again, I've always told you that metals, it's always a good investment in uncertainty, and you couldn't get any more uncertain times than now. Take a look at the intraday chart on gold, silver, all these metals. Take a look at it. I mean, even though we're seeing increases in the equities markets, we should see some decreases here in the commodities. We're not seeing it whatsoever. All right, we're seeing increases. I mean, do you see that big, huge spike there at the end of the day? Uncertainty. That's why it's always good to have physical gold, physical silver. It's always good to have, at this point, 20 to 25% of your portfolio involved in some metal capacity. Anyway, let's get to gold, folks. Gold is up $17, a percentage increase of 1.41%, closing out gold at $1,219.60 per troy ounce of gold. Man, I'm telling you, the uncertainty, you can read it in what I'm saying here. Let's go ahead and get to silver. Silver was way, way high today, baby. Oh, man, look at silver. Silver is up 43 cents, a percentage increase of 2.55% increase on the day for silver, closing out silver at $17.36 per troy ounce of silver. Copper today also up 1.31% increase on the day, and platinum is unchanged today, folks. Platinum is unchanged. I'm telling you, helter-skelter markets, to say the least. This dip in the U.S. dollar, I believe, is temporary, folks. I think what we're seeing today is enthusiastic crack smoking from the investment community. I hate to say it. I mean, there's nothing justifying this. I just gave a soliloquy earlier in this broadcast why I believe it isn't. But let's continue. Let's get to the agriculture commodities here. Let's get to the grain index. Corn up 0.35% today. Now, we're going to see a lot of green, or at least we should, because of the drop in the dollar. So let's see if it's reflected. Corn is up. We got wheat up, 1.28% increase on the day for wheat. We've got oats up, 1.38% increase on the day for oats. Rough rice down today, and the reason it's down, it had been up. I mean, what was it? It was up like 3 or 4% yesterday. Had to see some kind of come down on that one, man. Come on. Rough rice is down 0.62%. We've got soybean also down today, 0.13%. Soybean oil also down 0.25%. And canola down 0.66% decrease, 0.66% decrease on the day for canola. Let's get to the softs index, shall we? Now, cocoa, we've been seeing cocoa increase for the past couple of sessions. I think we're seeing some contraction today. Cocoa is down 0.49%. let's get to coffee.
Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. I'll have my coffee. Just don't talk to me, dude.
Shut up, you stupid, dumbass, freaking anal camel toe sporting fruit. Anyway, coffee down today, 0.25%. And I'd like to take this opportunity one mo again to say, boycott Starbucks. You understand? Boycott Starbucks, and it's working. All right? People are stopping, and they're buying their coffee somewhere else. All right? I mean, go buy your coffee at the corner store for $1 and change, for Christ's sake. Why are you going to go drop 10 or 12 bucks on a freaking stupid latte with a stupid, goofy-ass, little fruity-ass, little freaking Starbucks logo on it? Boycott Starbucks. I'm saying this, all right? Good God. Anyway, boycott Starbucks. Let's continue going here. We got sugar. Sugar is up today, 0.39% increase on the day. We've got orange juice up, 1.60% increase on the day for orange juice. Cotton is up, 1.21% increase on the day. Good God. We've got lumber up today, folks, 1.67% increase on the day for lumber. Rubber is up 0.04% increase on the day, and ethanol is up 1.12% increase on the day. Let's go ahead and get to livestock, shall we? Now, we saw some decreases in livestock yesterday. Today, it is completely different. All right, live cattle is up. It is up today, 1.26% increase on the day for live cattle. We got cattle feeder also up today, and the reason that we're seeing it up is because we saw a lot of commodities in the grain sector in the green, so that's reflected in today's session in cattle feeders commodity. It is up 0.95%, and lean hog is slipping today. It is down 0.44%. And folks, we are now going to go into our newest segment of the financial hour, folks, and it's the cryptocurrency segment of the broadcast, and this is out of popular demand. Now, what we are going to do here, folks, is we are going to start talking about cryptocurrencies in the cryptocurrency markets that are mineable. All right, these are mineable cryptocurrencies because there are actual cryptocurrencies that have all been mined. It's unmineable, and you're basically just kind of circulating that current supply that's circulated within that monetary system of that cryptocurrency. But the cryptocurrencies that we're going to cover here are those that are making high percentage gains within a 24-hour period. And, of course, the more commercial, I'm going to try to cover as many as I possibly can. I want to look for the profits. I know there's a lot of people that are into cryptocurrency, whether mining, whether trading, whether obtaining. It doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to start covering any of these cryptocurrencies that I see on this cryptocurrency big board that I have created. I am going to basically start calling off cryptocurrencies that I see that have had the biggest 24-hour gain every single day, okay? So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with these cryptocurrencies that I'm seeing off the big board. I've got about 100 of them on my big board here, folks, all right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off the ones that are increasing the most in a 24-hour period. And if you take a look at the charts on some of these these cryptocurrencies, there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of volatility in this. So with that being said, let's get to the first one that is most popular, of course. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's current price, and that particular symbol, how you establish Bitcoin, the symbol is BTC. BTC is the symbol that signifies Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is $1,244.27 per Bitcoin. All right, as of right now, folks, there is currently Excuse me, I'm sorry. It's my mistake. There's only 16 million. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry about that. 16,217,575 Bitcoin in circulation. 16,217,575 Bitcoin in circulation at the price of $1,244.27. Now, the next Bitcoin or the next cryptocurrency that I'd like to go ahead and cover is one called Ethereum. It is the new cryptocurrency that's out here. There's a lot of real interesting cryptocurrencies. This particular cryptocurrency has a future ambition to actually paying interest on those that are actually holding these Ethereum coins, and it's very, very complicated, folks. You need to read up on these cryptocurrencies, what they have to offer, how they're traded, how they're mined, whether or not there's an extra element of privacy component, whatever. But let's go ahead and continue going. Ethereum right now, folks, it's got 89,787,151 Ethereum coins, cryptocurrency coins in circulation, and the price of one Ethereum cryptocurrency coin is $32.99. Now, for the past 24 hours, Ethereum has gained 16.13%. 16.13% increase within a 24-hour period for Ethereum, which is a cryptocurrency. Let's get to the next one, Dash Coin. Oh, yeah, Ethereum's symbol is ETH. Symbol ETH for Ethereum. Now, let's get to Dash Coin. The symbol on Dash Coin is DASH. Now, Dash Coin looks very interesting here. There's only 7,166,663 Dash Coins in circulation. Within the past 24 hours, it has changed 15.72% on the upside within the past 24 hours. Right now, Dash Coin is at $98.48 per Dash Coin. The next one I'd like to talk about is Monero. Monero, the symbol on Monero is XMR. We've got about 14,120,678 Monero in circulation. That's 14,120,678. The price for a Monero is $19.16, and within the past 24 hours, we've seen an increase of 9.56% increase for the Monero. Another one I see here on the big board, folks, is one called Shadow Cash. Shadow Cash, that symbol is SDC. There's only 6,639,909 Shadow Cash cryptocurrencies in circulation. Within the past 24 hours, this cryptocurrency has increased 28.90%. All right. Now, a Shadow Cash cryptocurrency piece is $4.81 per cryptocurrency Shadow Cash. Once again, the symbol on that one is SDC. Let's continue going. Now, we've got one called Decred. Decred right now, the symbol on that one is DCR. All right. Now, currently, DCR has 4,029,318 Decred cryptocurrencies in circulation. Within the past 24 hours, it has increased 16%, and the price for a Decred cryptocurrency is $5.29 per Decred cryptocurrency. The symbol on that, once again, DCR. Let's continue going. Peercoin. Peercoin is symbol PPC. All right, within the past 24 hours, it has increased 24.61%. All right, Now, the interesting part about this is that PureCoin has a little bit of circulation on here. You got about 23,946,895 PureCoins in circulation. Now, this one is at a very cheap price. It's at 73 cents. So, I mean, this right here is where you want to start maybe looking into mining. Every one of these cryptocurrencies that I am discussing are mineable, and you can mine them yourself. You just have to look into the details of it, how to mine them, how to obtain them. Once again, PureCoin is at 73 cents per PureCoin. The symbol on that one is PPC. Let's continue going, folks. I've got one here on the big board, Zcoin. Zcoin, this one looks pretty hot here, folks. And the symbol on Zcoin is XZC. XZC. All right, now Zcoin here, within the past 24 hours, has increased 46.36%. Good God. I mean, good God, man. We've got Zcoin right now, 46.36% increase within the past 24 hours. Now, there's only 1,647,644 Zcoins out in circulation. Now, this one looks like an interesting play here, depending on how it's mined. I haven't gone into the 411 and all the intricacies of this particular coin here, but I'm looking on here. It's only got, a little over 1.5 million Zcoins in circulation. It's increasing very, very steadily here. I mean, within the past 24 hours, we've seen it increase by 46.36%. Zcoin right now is priced $6.32 per Zcoin. That looks very interesting in my personal opinion, folks. Let's continue going. We've got Pivx Coin. Pivx Coin, this one right here is a very interesting penny kind of cryptocurrency. It was up 59.87% increase within the past 24 hours. The symbol on this one is PIVX. PIVX. The current circulation on this one is 52,372,280 Pivx coins in circulation, and the price on this one is 17 cents. 17 cents on this one here. Let's continue going here. Another one popping off right now, NovaCoin. NovaCoin right now, the symbol on NovaCoin is NVC. NVC. Within the past 24 hours, it has increased 44.19%. I mean, good God. I mean, I'm getting some of this money. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not joking around. That's why I'm getting into this. That's why I created a whole big board on this. I'm monitoring these goddamn things. I'm making cryptocurrency money now, baby. Anyway, NovaCoin only has 1,667,065 NovaCoins in circulation. Looks like a decent player, only a little over 1.5 million coins in circulation. The current price to NovaCoin, $1.94. $1.94. Very interesting to say the least. Let's continue going. Omnicoin. Omnicoin, once again, the symbol on this one is OMNI. That's OMNI. The current circulation on Omnicoin is very, very small, folks. It's only 558,311 Omnicoins out in circulation over the 24-hour period. Over a 24-hour period, we've seen this Omnicoin increase by 42.44%. I mean, good God, I want a piece of that. Anyway, Omnicoin, the price of one right now is $5.46 per Omnicoin. I mean, I can continue going, folks. I mean, there's just so many to be. I can continue going forever. Z Classic, all right. Symbol on Z Classic is ZCL. Now, within the past 24 hours, folks, this particular cryptocurrency has gone up 100.13%. I mean, are you kidding me? 100.13%? I mean, this is why I got into this whole cryptocurrency stuff, man. Look at that money. Look at that. Oh, man. Anyway, folks, Z Classic, once again, the symbol on this one is ZCL. The current circulation of Z Classic is only 829,213 Z Classic cryptocurrency coins in circulation. That ain't very much. That's why this one's going up. That's when this looks nice at this point. The current price to a Z Classic is $2.52 for a Z Classic cryptocurrency. I mean, I'm looking at the big. There are just so many to talk about, folks. So damn many. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that. But that's what we're going to be doing here at the end of the market hour. Okay? This is what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be talking about cryptocurrencies. I'm going to be looking at the big board. I mean, there's so many to choose from. But I'm going to be looking at the ones that are giving high yield returns in a 24-hour period, because you can trade these cryptocurrencies like it's going out of style, folks. I mean, if you don't have the ability to be able to trade in the equities market because of the PDT rule, the pattern or day trading rule, then, you could go right into the cryptocurrency market and just start trading cryptocurrencies like it's going out of style, man. So, and not to mention, each and every one of these particular cryptocurrencies that I just mentioned, you can mine, folks. These are all mineable. All you have to do is look up the symbols. You got to look up the cryptocurrency and figure out how in the hell to mine these things. All right? And if you figure out how to mine them, all you have to do is keep your goddamn computer on, and you're making money. So anyway, with that being said, folks, that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Anyway, folks, with that being said, let's go ahead and lighten up the mood here. Let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs, shall we? And for you folks that are unaware, all you've got to do is retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account, all right? And the tweet to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Live. That's True Capitalist Radio Live. If you retweet that tweet, I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now. Let me go ahead and take a drink first because, man, I mean, I'm going all over all those cryptocurrencies, man. I know everybody that's listening to me are like, really? You know, there's really this many cryptocurrencies? I can go out there and I can just start mining? Yes! Yes, I'm telling you. That's why you listen to True Capitalist Radio. You figure out new ways to make money, man. Let me go ahead and take a drink on that note. Good stuff. Anyway, do any Twitter shout-outs, engineer? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. All right, who do we got here? We've got the, I'm not saying that sick name. We got America's Top News. What's going on? We got Bro Hammerton 5. We got John Tron is woke AF. You know, John Tron, did you hear about him? This guy just went off on some statistics that pissed everybody off and got everybody a little funny in the pants. And it seems as if he almost ignited the whole goddamn Gamergate in the racial sense. Anyway, props to John Tron, I'll tell you that. Anyway, who else do we have? We got Distillin's birthday. It's Distillin's birthday. Happy birthday, Distillin. I know you're partying hard, man. We got the Smiler, Ghost the Hindu. What are you talking about? Not a damn Hindu. We got Mark Montag in the house. We've got Governor Wolf. We've got Shekels. I'm not. You know what? Screw you, idiots! With all the shekels and all the Jew talk. All right. Jesus Christ. Include butter prices. Shut up. about the butter. Ham bone coin. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just shut up, please, all right? Just shut up. We got Remington in the house. We've got Ghost Spanks knee grow. You son of a... God! Damn it! You bastards! You bastards, man! Why do you all make me say crap like that, man? Why do y'all do that, man? I'm trying to make the show a little interactive here, and that's not the kind of crap we need right now, all right? This is a serious show. We don't need that kind of crap. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Why do y'all do that to me, man? Jesus Christ, man. We got, what's going on to Tom, man? Good to see you. The TCR Arabian Prince. How you doing, sir? Who else do we have here? We got Dr. Bristle. We've got Bears for Ghost. I know what you mean by that, you sick bitch. I know what you mean by that, you sick pervert. I know what you mean by that. Good God, give me the mic. I know what you mean by that, you sick freak. We got Bernardo. Who else do we have? Buttered Up Shekels. Really, asshole? Buttered Up Shekels. Arabian Prince owns Ghost. Just shut up, all right? Look. Let's not go there, all right? Look, I've got an Arabian Prince that's in the inner circle who happens to be worth billions of dollars. How was I supposed to know? We've got the Wall Street Trucker. We got Nelson in the house. What's going on? We got Lego Fan 420. What's going on to the baby booming train? What the hell are you talking about? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Jesus Christ. We've got Train Slap Prego. Oh, man, that's not cool. Man, come on, man. Man, you guys are sick. Now, for you folks that are unaware of what we're talking about here, I tweeted out earlier today an article in which a pregnant, quote, aspiring model. I'm sorry for laughing. This is horror. It's a tragedy. Look, I'm sorry. It's a tragedy. I'm sorry. It's a tragedy. It's bad, okay? It's bad. Anyway, an aspiring pregnant model. I didn't even know you could put those in the same sentence. I'm sorry. An aspiring pregger model. She's preggers. Okay, look. She was posing, I guess, for modeling on her Instagram or whatever these women do now. All right, she's preggers, mind you. All right, and look, let me go ahead and retweet the article now, okay? Here's the article, all right? Pregnant Texas woman killed by train while taking photos for her Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not funny. I'm sorry. But there's the article, folks. I didn't even know what to say. In the tweet, I put, in odd news, I'll put this here. It speaks for itself. I mean, we got a Prager's aspiring model. That's what they put. Aspiring model. She was taking pictures on it, and there's the picture. It's right there. It's her on a railroad track showing her assets. And little did she know, she had Thomas the Tanky coming in from back of her. What was the goddamn guy taking a picture doing? I mean, the guy that was taking a picture couldn't say, hey, baby, you might want to move out of the way, baby. There's a train coming there, baby. I mean, he couldn't do that? Yeah, they were black, by the way. I'm sorry. They couldn't do that? Oh. I mean, I'm sorry. that's why I had to respond to that, because, you know, these people are thinking this is funny. Look, it's not funny, okay? It's not funny. It's a tragedy. I mean, that train killed 2 people. It killed Miss Pregers and the kid that she had in there, which is sad. I mean, I never thought an aspiring pregnant model. I'd never heard. What kind of world are we turning into? That's all I'm saying. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we got Capitalist Joe in the house. What's going on, man? Who else do we have here? We got, I'm not saying that disgusting name. Let's see who else we have here. We got Train 1 Dish Rag Whore 0. Here we go. Here it is. Look at Tankies 1 Model 0. Look, it's not funny, man. It's not funny. That's horrible. Anyway, we got Caleb the Capitalist. We got a licensed boat. What's going on, man? It's good to hear. Who else do we have here? We got Jizzmaster 3000. We got Supa in the house. We've got the Brony Network. What's going on with the Brony Network? We've got Isle of what is it? Isle Ike. I'm not saying that. I already know what the hell that says. Did I Jew that? That's the name. Did I Jew that? Man, stop it with the Jew joke. Seriously, man. I mean, you guys are anti-Semitic, and I don't appreciate it one bit, all right? Oy vey! Shut it down! Jesus Christ. And in the Wizard in the house. General Capitalist. Inappropriate laugh. I didn't mean to laugh, all right? I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. What's going on, the Big Tough Capitalist? Who else do we have here? What the hell does that say? We tall did? We told it. You son of a bitch! Stop making me say crap like that, man. Enough! Enough!
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a 4-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any 4-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Jesus Christ, you people, man. Jesus Christ, you people. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ. And here's another one, the chair sniffer. How would you like that guy at your table, huh? The chair sniffer. You take up to get a leak. This guy's over here trying to... Anyway, we got the last free man in the house. What's going on? We've got Arabian Prince's brother. Well, gee, no, let's not go there, you trolls, all right? Don't go there, please. We got Bill Wilson, CIA, Agent Odd Eyes. Jesus Christ, man. We got Tamina the Trap. What the hell does that mean? Trump Microwave TV. That's real funny, you idiot. Yeah, that's real funny, you stupid moron. Jesus Christ. Feed goes to Arab's tiger. You know what? Go fuck. Son of a bitch. Enough, okay? Enough of this garbage. God damn, you guys are pissing me off today, all right? I mean, isn't it supposed to be hump day? I mean, isn't it supposed to be like spring? Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Freaking mic, for Christ's sake. Isn't it supposed to be like spring break for some of you people? Isn't it supposed to be like spring break or something? Jesus Christ, man. Oh, man. I try to make this show a little interactive, you know what I'm saying? I try to make this show a little interactive, and this is the kind of crap I get. If you want a Twitter shout-out, folks, please retweet the tweet on my Twitter account that states, True Capitalist Radio Live, please. All right? I mean, somebody else besides the trolls, please retweet. Please. I'll give you a shout-out, okay? Retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. All right? And the Twitter account is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost is the name, and retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. I mean, I'm tired of the trolls. And not to mention, don't you trolls already have your own show? Don't you already have your own show, the Saturday Night Troll Show, that I host for you every Saturday night at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time? But no, it's just not good enough for you guys. It's not good enough. Jesus. I work 6 days a week broadcasting, all right? I'm the hardest working man on the internet today. Anyway, we are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we continue on with Twitter shout-outs, I'd like for everybody to please, all right? And I say this from the bottom of my heart, please, spread it around. Spread it around. Spread it around like wildfire. And let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And once again, baby, we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you haven't already done so, I mean, follow me on Twitter, for Christ's sake, all right? Follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And I'm also on Gab, folks. And for you folks that don't know, Gab is the Twitter alternative. That is literally, I'm going to start spending more time there. I know that I say that on a consistent basis, but I'm trying to juice whatever's left of damn Twitter, and I'm trying to, persuade the people on Twitter to come aboard to the Gab fam, all right? And that's what I'm going to do here, all right? That's what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, I should be doing some damn Gab shout-outs. All right, let me go ahead and tweet something, or excuse me, let me gab something out here. Let me go ahead and gab something out, and let me go ahead and take some Gab shout-outs, all right? I want to promote Gab, all right? I mean, we have to have another alternative. I mean, we've got members of the Inner Circle. We got members of the Capitalist Army. We've got people out here that are getting banned from Twitter because I don't know why the hell. I mean, the Twitter police are coming after them. And we need another alternative. And look, we already had Lucian Wintrich, all right, tried to come at me, folks, and, tried to ban me because, I don't like that you posted pictures that I took, and I don't like it, and I think, shut up, you stupid fruit. Anyway, let me go ahead and gab something here. Let me go ahead and send it. Here it is. Boom. All right, anybody who wants a shout-out right now, go ahead and repost the Gab shout-out, or the Gab that I just did right here. All right, it says True Capitalist Radio Live. What's going on to BN King? What's going on to Brony Drumming? Agent Odd Eyes, Scarlet Moon. We got Robert in the house. Who else do we have here, folks? Like I said, continue on. The post to repost on this one is True Capitalist Radio Live. All right, who else do we have here? We got Supa in the house. Herman Schumer Kane, you asshole. What's going on to Tom? How you doing, man? We got Cole the Pony, Miles in the house, Nick Digger, really, you idiot? We've got Dr. Demento, Rock Ape. What's going on to Rock Ape? We got Dom in the house, Silent Capitalist in the place, Tamia the Trap. Tamia the Trap, give me a break. We got Helios in the house. Once again, all you've got to do is repost the post that I've got on Gab, folks, and my Gab is the same as my Twitter, Politics Ghost, and that's the Gab to follow. What else do we have here? We got Wetbacks, whatever the hell that means. We got, I'm not going to say that stupid name, God Emperor Trump, Bite Me, David Davison. We've got, I'm not going to say that disgusting. What's going on to the Smiler, Corn Blaster, AC 121, Heavy Capitalist in the place, Nigel Farage. I doubt that's the real Nigel Farage, but if it is, that'd be awesome. We've got, I'm not going to say that name, Aribru. What's going on to Ebru? Who else do we have? Once again, I'm taking Gab shout-outs. We've got Trump train kills Prego. Oh, you son of a bitch. Not on Gab, you son of a bitch. Not on Gab. I thought I would get away from you trolls on Gab, for Christ's sake. I thought I'd get rid of you trolls on Gab, for Christ's sake, man. Give me the goddamn mic. Give me the mic. You know, I thought I'd get rid of you trolls on Gab, for heaven's sake. Jesus Christ, man. We got Anglo-kin for Trump. Two monkeys got BTFO. What the hell is that supposed to be? Tigers don't eat butter. Whatever the... Shut up. All right, just shut up. Jesus Christ, man. This is why we need alt-capitalist. No, don't you even go there, you fruit. We don't need no freaking alt-capitalist, you son of a bitch. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I thought I'd get rid of you trolls on Gab. God damn you. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ. What's going on to Spark Synapse, man? How you doing? Jesus Christ, man. Cole the Pony. Ghost beats wife. Shut up, you moron. Ghost got spirit cooked. What the hell are you talking about, man? We got CDI Fan 237. We've got, I'm not saying that disgusting name, man. You guys are even getting sick on Gab, man. Oh, jeez, man. What's going on to Lego Fan 420? We've got, I'm not saying these stupid names, man. I'm telling you, you guys are getting sick. You know what? That's it. I'm not taking any more shout-outs. All right, that's enough. All right, I've had about enough. I've had enough of this crap. Anyway, folks, look, this is why we can't have nice things. You know what I'm saying? This is why we cannot have nice things. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and get back. What's going on to Zach Goodman? Let's go and get back on to the broadcast. What's going on to Raiden Snake as well? Let's get back to the broadcast, all right? And because we got a lot of things to talk about here. The last thing I need is to be badgered by a bunch of goddamn troll terrorists and cyber vermin. Now, let's get a little serious here. Y'all remember yesterday, folks, when I had that exclusive report in which I had contacts inside the FSB and basically called out the undercover spy network of the Russian Putin government within the United States of America. And the individuals for which I had identified, okay, what's going on in Montag, the individuals for which I had identified, these are key players that are so close to Putin. I mean, they might as well be next door, all right? I mean, you've got this kid who is the son of the idiot who owns the Russian state television. And he's out here in America chilling like a villain, all right? I mean, you've got the girl that's at the center of Putin's Kiss movie, which is the movie that is really popular in Russia, which documents Putin's rise to power. And I basically talked about Runa Capital. Runa Capital, according to my contacts with inside the FSB, in my opinion, okay, just for legalese, is the epicenter of Putin's spy network in the United States of America. And I have said that it was the Democrats that are the ones that allowed these Russian agents to be brought into the country and be able to conduct these types of operations within America. They were the ones that brought these people in. The Democrats were in power when they gave these visas to the son of the person who runs Russian state television. They were in power when they gave Runa Capital and all those Ruskies all the damn green cards and visas so that they can run the Russia spy network out of Silicon Valley. Now, yesterday, folks, I called on the president, yesterday, right after that report, to start going and taking down this Russian spy apparatus that is not in America's favor. And as I stated, folks, I personally believe that Russia's at the bottom of all this crap. And, you know, the more and more it comes out, the more and more it seems as if that is the case. Because let's be honest, folks, I mean, who does Russia have a vested interest in dealing with? The Democrats. The Democrats, the leftists. I mean, they were the ones that met with Russia during the Iranian nuclear deal, for Christ's sake, man. Remember that stupid Iranian nuclear deal? Well, the Democrat delegation not only sat with the Russian ambassador of the United States, they sat with a whole goddamn Russian delegation that they met in Iran, and I'm sure they had dinner and drinks together, talked policy together. I mean, wake up. Well, anyway, folks, the Trump administration has responded today and has literally gone after individuals that are a part of the Russian spy network at the underling level. Now, for you folks that are unaware, let me go ahead and retweet this particular tweet I tweeted this morning. The day after yours truly implicates where Putin's spy network is located in the United States and who to look after as it pertains to certain individuals related to this particular spy network. The Trump administration has responded by nabbing 2 Russian agents that were responsible for the Yahoo hack, the infamous Yahoo hack that breached 500 million accounts by some estimates. Now, let me go ahead and retweet this because this happened literally the day after. Now, why is Trump doing this at this point in time? Because I think the administration at this point understands that the Russian government is not our friend, all right? I mean, the Russian government has its own perception of how it sees the world. It has a Eurocentrist idea in which it is trying to achieve once again. And I think people need to realize that this is a battle, even in the global sense, like even in the New World Order circles, there is a battle amongst influence amongst these people. I mean, you have a battle amongst Putin and the Chinese government. The Chinese government is a more secularist, kind of a godless, merging of corporatization and governance. You can't own land in China. You know that, folks? You can only lease land for 70 years. The communist government owns land. You know, the communist government owns all the corporations. You know, I mean, the communist government is the corporation. So that's why I'm saying, folks, we are witnessing the battle of what the model is going to be as it pertains to the New World Order. And I want to be completely honest with you, folks. Nationalism is a part of that variant. You see, right now what we're witnessing is a resetting of the global order system, and the globalists know it. You know, their variant of Fabian socialist integration with economics, government, internationalism, it's falling apart. The idea of withering away cultures, the idea of hegemony, forced hegemony, and like I said, whenever a government force is trying to force something socially or politically on a system, that is dialectic materialistic philosophy. And dialectic materialism is the basis for communism and socialism. That's the philosophical justification of socialism and communism. Dialectic materialism, the ability to think that the state can facilitate change at a rapid and more advanced facilitated rate than natural time and evolution. And when I mean evolution, I'm talking social evolution, for a lack of a better term. Now, Donald Trump understands that Russia is not our friend, and he understands that the Democrats are, and not just the Democrats, folks, but the establishment Republicans, they are in cahoots because they're all under the globalist yoke. I mean, the individuals on majority in Washington, D.C. Congress are agents of globalism. I mean, that's why they have initiated all this legislation that has sold out the American public, that has sent the means of production outside the United States into China, into Mexico, into other parts of the world. That's why we don't produce anything anymore, folks. Like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, we don't produce a goddamn thing. What do we produce? Cheeseburgers and entertainment. That's what we're producing out here en masse. Cheeseburgers and entertainment is what we're producing out here en masse, and we need to change that. We need to get out of the service-oriented economy, because that's what we're in, a service industry-oriented economy, and there's no money in that. The money is in production, and not just production in the United States, but world production. I mean, that's in essence what Trump is trying to do. And I thought it was brilliant today that he went after these Russian agents so that these idiots that are trying to push this Russian narrative, which, let's be honest, folks, I'm going to be completely honest, these people have worked with Russia. And I'm talking the Democrats, I'm talking the Republicans. They are more closer to Russia. They have talked to more Russian officials. They have hobnobbed with more Russian ambassadors than Trump could have ever been around as a businessman. Okay? And you mean to tell me that they're going to somehow correlate a Trump with being a Russian agent? That's a bunch of crap. That is a psyop. That's why I'm telling you, folks, Russia was not trying to help Trump during his campaign. If anything, Putin and his idiots out there at his spy network in the United States were trying to discredit Trump. They were trying to discredit Trump by, utilizing this memetics and trying to make him look stupid and goofy. That stupid frog and all this other stuff ended up turning into something that they didn't even imagine. Pepe it literally turned from a stupid frog drawing to Pepe, to memetics in favor of Trump. I mean, that's why they have freaking Richard Spencer out here like an idiot, Sieg heiling Trump in front of a damn CNN camera, and you've got CNN plastering it all over the place, trying to correlate Trump with being some kind of a goddamn neo-Nazi. Meanwhile, all right, we've got this asshole Richard Spencer married to some stupid Ruski broad who's translating Alexander Dugin's writings, which is a Eurocentrist maniac, and nothing's done about that. The press don't talk about that. Nobody talks about it. I mean, I know people are now starting to talk about Alexander Dugin, but I think that we need to start talking about that in a little bit more serious sense. this guy, Alexander Dugin, is the foundation of political philosophy for Vladimir Putin and many of the agents that are within the United States that are conducting operations in our homeland. So that's why I'm saying, folks, in my personal opinion, this is the first wave of more arrests of Russian agents to come. And the reason is, folks, is because once we start gathering up these Russian agents, and once they start admitting that they were put here because Democrats pulled strings and gave them visas, gave them green cards, gave them money, when it starts coming out that the Clintons sold off most of America's uranium to Russia, yeah, I mean, the Clintons were the ones that did this. Nobody talks about this stuff. Everybody just wants to put Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Russia, Trump, because I'm telling you, the life that we're living right now, the current America that we're living, it's not about facts. It's not about truth. It's about whether or not the masses believe what's true. That's all it is. It's not about truth, facts. It's about what the masses can be manipulated into believing what's fact or true. And that's all there is to it, man. So right now, Trump is trying to play the game like I have been trying to explain it to the administration for a long period of time. And if you want some inside baseball, I want to be honest with you. I haven't been spending a lot of time online. Haven't been spending a lot of time with the inner circle. I want to say sorry to the inner circle, but I'm conducting serious business. And it's no coincidence that you've got Trump acting literally the day after I start mentioning things, all right? It's no coincidence that people that come after the capitalist right at this point seem to have, bad things happen to him, like Lucian Wintrich getting his goddamn press credentials revoked because he's a freak. And he came at the capitalist right. Richard Spencer, getting his little nonprofit organization revoked because he never filed proper taxes, all right, so that we can account for whatever nonprofit funds that he's using. I hope he gets audited, and I hope he gets thrown in jail, and I hope his wife gets deported. So I'm telling you this right now. This is just the beginning. I mean, people thought I was so I saw you people, some of you people on Twitter. You people were like, oh, my Russians, oh, you're lying, ghost. The Russians don't have. I mean, listen to me. I know that most of you have been psyoped to believe that Russians are great and that Vladimir Putin is this strong man and that he loves the Russian people. This guy is a scumbag, communist, trash idiot. And for you folks, y'all were tweeting at me yesterday, I don't believe you, Ghost. He doesn't have $200 billion. You're lying. You're lying. I tweeted out right after the damn show, just for you stupid, dumb, questioning, Ruski, schlonghead sucking morons, just to show you that, yeah, Vladimir Putin stole, because that's what he did. I mean, have you known Vladimir Putin doing any kind of business? No. He's a freaking bureaucrat. He killed for communism during his KGB days, for Christ's sake. And look at this. Here it is right here. Let me retweet this. Look at this. And I put, Putin stole $200 billion from Russia, but claims to be for the people. But yet he's against globalism, huh? Yeah, that's fresh. I mean, for you people that still believe that Vladimir Putin is some kind of a great freaking leader and that he cares about the Russian people, I mean, you people have been psyoped. You people have been psyoped. And let me tell you something right now. Donald Trump is about to put an end to this glamorization of Russia. I'll tell you that right now. Okay? There's nothing to glamorize about Vladimir Putin or Russia. I mean, these people are closet commies. I don't care if that damn idiot Vladimir Putin is coming out and claiming to be a part of the Orthodox Church. All right? I mean, the weird, sick, sadistic idea of communism is their ability to lie and deceit. I mean, that's why when you see any kind of imagery coming out of North Korea, it's always positivity. It's always, good images of this dear leader, Kim Jong-un, going out and conducting tests and going out and being a valiant leader. And when they show Korean society, they show everybody is smiling and they love their leader and everything's great. That's the basis of freaking communism, is to lie to the masses. Do you understand? The communists were quick to understand for the past 300 years that all you need to do is control the perception, and you control the people. If you control the perception, you control the people. Let me repeat that one more again. If you control the perception, you control the people. And that's what Vladimir Putin has done to everybody that, thinks that being part of Russia and Russia's some kind of, white nationalist bastion or whatever the hell you people think. You people have got another thing coming. This is an asshole who not only kicked out the capitalist who helped rebuild Russia post-Soviet Union. We helped build Russia back from the freaking communist dirt. Not only did he expel the capitalists, but he took their money. He just seized their bank accounts, took their money. That's why this asshole's worth $200 billion. Have you seen Vladimir Putin do anything in business? No, I don't think so. That's what communists do. They rip people off. They steal. They don't earn anything. And that's the basis of communism. That's the basis of socialism. It's theft. It's theft. So all you pro-Putin, pro-Russia morons, there's your hero right there, $200 billion, and yet you've got goddamn Russia, freezing to death, starving to death. But you know what? As long as he keeps churning out that cheap-ass freaking potato-based vodka, these stupid mouth breathers don't really care, do they? Jesus Christ, you people are idiots, man. And hey, thank you very much, Metroid Junkie. Here is Mika Brzezinski, who is Zygmunt Brzezinski's daughter. Yeah, Zygmunt Brzezinski, the guy who wrote the Grand Chessboard. Zygmunt Brzezinski, the guy who has been quoted as saying that 150 years ago it was easier to control 1 million people than it was to kill 1 million people. Now, today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than it is to control 1 million people. That's Zygmunt Brzezinski. Here's his daughter right here. All right, let me retweet this. Here's his daughter. Here, let's just go ahead and play that right now. I retweeted it, but I'm going to go ahead and play what she said here. This is Zygmunt Brzezinski's daughter. All right, Mika Brzezinski on Morning Joe. Why everybody watches this Fruit Bowl program, I have no goddamn idea. Here's what she has to say about her job. Here's what Mika Brzezinski thinks her job is.
He's doing, what are you so surprised about? He's doing exactly what he said he's going to do.
Well, and I think that the dangerous, edges here are that he's trying to undermine the media, trying to make up his own facts. And it could be that while unemployment and the economy worsens, he could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think. And that is our job.
That is our job. You hear that? That is our job. That's not the president's job. Do you hear that? That's our job. That's the media's job to control the message. So, I mean, I don't know what else do you people need. How much more evidence do you people need to realize that, we're under some major subversion in our government, and the American people are at the victim end of it. And until we start standing up and we start saying that, hey, this is a government made for the people and by the people, then we ain't going to be able to beat the globalists. We ain't going to be able to beat these bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. That's why I am telling everybody we have to stay political. Folks, that's why I continue to do this broadcast. I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. This broadcast drains me. I have to conduct my everyday life, and then I do this broadcast for 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. And the reason I do it is to convey information, is so that I could spark synapses in the brains of folks who will in turn pay it forward by going out and spreading the proper, truthful, factual information. Somebody has to continue to sustain the message because, as Mika Brzezinski said, that's the mainstream media's job to control the message. Bull crap. You, me, we are the new media. They're dying. That media that I just showed you right there, they're dying, for Christ's sake. They don't have any control over anybody. Anyway, folks, let me move on here. Once again, Trump's administration goes after Russian agents a day after our spy network report that we reported on yesterday. I'm telling you, there's too many coincidences, isn't there? Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something right now. I am very, very serious about what's going on and my role in what's going on in Trump's administration and in Trump's path to power. Now, once again, I do want to say that a very close associate of mine that actually inspired me to come back to this broadcast, a man by the name of Roger J. Stone, this is a man who inspired me to come back to this broadcast and continue to convey the message, help bring Trump to power, and do what I'm doing here currently. And if you don't know who Roger Stone is, this is a political operative, longtime Trump confidant, and kind of a independent political operative of Donald Trump. He's conducting the type of activities and the type of operations that yours truly is conducting in, and he's already had a couple attempts at his life. All right, the first attempt was they poisoned him. How they poisoned him, I have no idea, but I don't think that it was the deep state, in my opinion. I personally believe it was the Russians. Roger Stone seems to think otherwise, but who else uses polonium-210 as a means of assassination other than the historical precedent that has been set forth by who? The Ruskies. Well, today, folks, another attempt at Roger Stone's life. He was T-boned in a hit-and-run accident in his home state of Florida. This a four-door, grayish, dark-tinted kind of vehicle. T-boned him, backed up, and then sped away. They tried to hit his side of the car. This was another attempt at his life. And this just goes to show you, folks, that what we're conducted in is serious business. All right? I know that you people think this is a game, because of Twitter shout-outs and radio graffiti and that sort of thing. This is serious business. I mean, people are killed playing this game. All right? I'm just saying. And look, there are people that follow me that are now being, silenced. You've got some people that are actually being intimidated. You've got folks now that are basically, they're witnessing what I've been witnessing my whole life. Well, my later life here. Choppers going over the house for no goddamn reason at 2 a.m. Ice cream trucks outside your house in the middle of winter. You know what I'm saying? People, there was one schmuck that I saw when I was walking my dog on a freaking bike, all right? This guy had the whole setup. The whole dopey-ass setup, the freaking, he had the tights, and he had the freaking helmet on, and this guy wasn't even riding his bike. He was walking with it, and he was just kind of hanging around, kind of looking at me, trying to look like he was busy, and I'm like, what the hell is this? What is this? Why aren't you riding your bike? Anyway, I just want to say Godspeed, Roger Stone. This man is not going to stop, and neither am I. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and move on to another subject matter. Once again, I do want to say that you're going to see a lot more heads roll as it pertains to Russian agents being rounded up that were brought here by Obama and the Democrats. And if we take a look at who pulled the strings for these people to be in this country to set up this Russian spy network, you'll notice that it's the Democrats that pulled these strings. Kind of like Chuck kicked the American people in the balls Schumer. Chuck kicked the American people in the balls Schumer. Remember, he gave that damn one supposed athlete, that marathon runner, he pulled some strings to get him in the country, and the guy ended up becoming some kind of a rapist or something? Oh, that's great. That's just great. Anyway, folks, let's move on. I want to talk a little bit about the much hyped, and I couldn't believe this nothing burger. I've never seen it. I've never seen something like this in my life, all right? Now, this particular Rachel Maddow show yesterday was pumped and dumped like a horrible penny stock. Rachel Maddow tweeted, and I didn't even acknowledge this on my show. She tweeted it during my show. People were tweeting it at me. I didn't want to acknowledge it because it seemed to me like it was clickbait bullshit stuff, all right? I mean, oh, we've got Trump's tax return. Really? We do. And she pumped that on her Twitter. She got like, what was it, 80,000 retweets on that? She got every liberal long hair, every leftist, every Democrat literally waxing their carrot in anticipation, hoping to see something, some kind of smoking gun, right? I mean, Rachel Maddow, you have got to literally be the most well, look at the way you look. I mean, I guess, you pretty much got to be shameless to look like a disgusting, despicable, I don't know what I'm sorry, man. I just don't get the bull dyke crap, man. I just don't get it. That's my personal opinion. I got nothing against bull dykes. I know there's plenty of them that are great and that are nice and that bake apple pies and all that other crap, all right? But, man, I'm going to tell you, for the most part, every time that I see any kind of feminist movement, march or rally or anybody who is, talking about the patriarchy, they're always disgusting, despicable, bull-nosed, greasy bull dykes. And I just don't get it, man. Why can't y'all just be happy, muff diving amongst yourselves and, just leave everybody else alone, man? I mean, with all due respect, it's the bull dykes that are pushing forth this bathroom initiation as it pertains to transgenders, all right? I mean, it's a bull dyke. Now, why would a bull dyke want to go take a wee or number two with dudes in a guy's bathroom when, with all due respect, Mr. Bull Dyke, I mean, wouldn't you want to be where women are dropping their drawers as close as possible? I mean, you understand, this is attention whoredom. Attention whoredom.
Calling the beautifully redesigned 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA simply a four-door coupe is like describing a world-class athlete as just a good runner. With its sleek profile and powerful turbocharged engine, the CLA offers agility and design that are unmatched in its class, and it's available now at an exceptional price. Why drive any four-door coupe when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz CLA? Visit MBUSA.com/CLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Anyway, Rachel Maddow pumps and dumps this idea last night that she's got Trump's tax returns, and then right before she goes on the air, she goes, yeah, but they're from 2005. Oh, give me a freaking break. 2005? Who gives a crap? 2005. Folks, the IRS can't even legally go back and audit you past 10 years, okay? So even if they found something in that 2005 goddamn tax document, there wouldn't have been anything the IRS could do about it. They can only go back 10 years, for heaven's sake, man. So right off the bat, before she even read whatever the hell that she was supposed to read on her goddamn show, I didn't even see it. But right off the bat, it was a nothing burger, because even if they found something in that 2005 tax return, you can't use it. It's inadmissible. The IRS goes back 10 years only. Oh, Jesus Christ. And you know what it showed, folks? You know what it showed? It showed that Donald Trump paid a lot of taxes. And you know what it showed? It showed that he paid his fair share. Yeah. I bet you that hurts you liberal snowflake bastards, doesn't it, huh? Oh, he didn't pay nothing back in 1996. He didn't pay nothing, and that's not fair. He came out of bankruptcy, you dumb dopes. Jesus Christ, man. I'm not joking around, man. Anyway, folks, what it showed is that Donald Trump paid 25% in taxes. 25% in taxes in 2005. And I heard that, Bernie Sanders paid 14%? I mean, but Obama paid 16%? I mean, give me a break, man. I mean, so what are y'all going to say now? What are you going to say? You can't, now the whole narrative of paying your fair share, this whole narrative that Trump is some kind of a fraudulent businessman, this whole narrative that Trump is that he's got hidden money somewhere, that he doesn't pay his taxes. Well, where are y'all going to run to now there, liberals? I mean, you even had Van Jones, all right, the CNN white lash leftist maniac. He was even throwing Rachel Maddow under the bus after this nothing burger of a story. Pump and dump like a cheap penny stock. He went out and said, I can't believe Rachel Maddow would do this. I mean, I was begging. You know what I'm saying? I was begging for something to be, Van Jones wanted to see something, and he said, you know what this makes Trump look like? It makes him look like he pays a lot of taxes. That's right. He pays $38 million for $150 million, okay, in 2005. Now, you see, what you dumbasses that are trying to criticize, I mean, there was this one black woman that sits in the White House press room asking questions to Spicer, and I mean, of course, she's an affirmative action press corps person. I mean, have you ever seen the stupid freaking questions this woman asks? It's ridiculous. When you going to meet with the Black Caucus over there? When are you going to meet with the Black Caucus over there? What do you think about the Black Caucus? What do you think about Black Lives Matter over there? Well, anyway, she tweeted that, he only made $150 million. He ain't that rich, baby. You stupid moron. That's $150 that Donald Trump, the man, made. You dumb idiot. Do you understand that you can file under a plethora of different entities called corporations? And it's in those corporations that are owned by majority stock by Donald Trump is what creates the net worth of Donald Trump. Donald Trump doesn't have 10 billion physical dollars in his Donald Trump bank account, all right? 2005, as I looked at these returns, was his what he gave himself in payment as a CEO and a chairman of these entities for which he sits on. Now, when you have corporations, when they're making billions of dollars of transaction, when they're doing billions of dollars in business, the entity is worth those billions of dollars. They're just added to his net worth based upon his share of the equity within the corporation in general. I know this is a lot of hoopla for all you leftists that don't understand this, but that's why we're capitalists and we know this, and you are the losers that you are. Sorry, okay? Trying to clown Donald Trump for making $150 million in 2005. That's his personal name, you dumb skankosaurus. Jesus Christ. And another thing, all right? And another thing, I'm hearing that these 2005's tax returns were already published. Weren't they published in some publication already? And all dumbass Maddow did was do a pump and dump and literally made her fan base look like a bunch of lab rats running to food pellets. I'm serious. I'm telling you, this, I believe, this moment is going to make the left splinter apart because she just proved herself fake news. Rachel Maddow just proved herself to be fake news. So thank you very much, Maddow, you disgusting, despicable, muff-diving bull dyke. And another thing, one more thing before I leave the subject matter. I believe now, because look at this, I found this article, folks. Let's go ahead and retweet that. Take a look at a 21-year-old Rachel Maddow. Oh, my God, what a disgusting, despicable human specimen this is. All right? Now, in this article, they tout that she's a Rhodes Scholar. Oh, well, that makes perfect sense why she's such a globalist, freaking disgusting bull-dyke whorebag about this. But, you know, she's out there, and look at this disgusting picture of her, for Christ's sake, man. And on the bottom, what does it say there? It says, Maddow expects to continue working on AIDS issues. Hopefully, in the long term, there won't be a need for AIDS work. But if there is, I will keep doing AIDS public policy. Oh! Now, once again, folks, doesn't it all come clear now? I mean, doesn't it all come clear? Look, let me read. Did I retweet it? I already retweeted it. Look at this. It all comes clear. Why are we having this correlation with maniac leftists and the AIDS, man? I'm sorry. I know people are getting tired of me making this connection, but I can't help it. Look at this crap. Look at this, man. Now, you know what? I want an age check on Rachel Maddow now, all right? I want an age check on Rachel Maddow. I mean, this is too common of an occurrence to dismiss, okay? This is too common of occurrence to dismiss. I mean, D. Ray McKesson, an AIDS HIV advocate, and I'd like an age check on that Black Lives Matter leader because it would make perfect sense if he's afflicted with the AIDS on why he is selling himself, selling his people down a path to hell. It makes sense. I mean, who else, for Christ's sake? Remember Scott Fogle, the bird-dogging asshole from the goddamn Project Veritas video? What was he? He had the AIDS. And he wrote about it on freaking Huffington Post, for Christ's sake. Been living with the AIDS for 10 years, and it's been great. Jesus Christ, man. And who else? Let's continue going. The two schmucks that were caught trying to plot at Comet Pizza, of all places, that were caught on hidden camera with Project Veritas again, in which these two AIDS-infected-looking maniacs were trying to plan this terrorist attack on putting acid down the ventilation system of a building so that it can hurt or choke out right-wingers that happen to be celebrating the inauguration of Donald Trump. I mean, look, I don't have anything against people that got the AIDS. I used to feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. I used to feel sorry for you. I'm starting not to feel sorry for you AIDS victims anymore. I'm sorry. I mean, it seems to me that once you people get the AIDS, that you just want to go out and hurt people. That you want to go out and see as many people hurt and as many people killed, and you're willing to manipulate, you're willing to deceive, you're willing to knowingly just say anything to inspire some type of destruction of people? I mean, give me a break, man. I mean, I'm just saying, man, I used to feel sorry for people with AIDS, man. I don't really feel sorry for you people anymore. I'm sorry. I mean, you people are nuts. I'm serious. You people are nutcases. You people are nutcases, man. And the proof is in your actions, for Christ's sake. The proof is in your actions. I mean, how many more cases of leftist maniacs who deceive and destroy do we have to see before we start realizing that there's a correlation with HIV, AIDS, and making some of these people psychotic? I'm just saying, man. I mean, some people are going to say, well, it could be the AIDS drugs, Ghost, okay? It could be the AIDS drugs. Okay, it's the AIDS drugs, whatever it is, all right? There's something going on with people with the AIDS, and them kind of going down paths of destruction and leading as many people with them as possible. And people are telling me, yeah, I think Milo has AIDS too. I don't know that, but if you want my opinion, I've heard Milo, every time he's asked about STD, AIDS, he's like, oh, I don't care about AIDS or STD. I don't care. I mean, he even joked about it. He even said, oh, you know what, so I get AIDS, I get skinny, and I look beautiful. So what? Yeah, I'm paraphrasing. That's what he said. I'm just saying, folks, something's going on here. There's too many correlations of these people that are they're losing their minds, man. They're losing their minds, and they have the AIDS. I'm sorry. There was no reason for Rachel Maddow to do this, okay? I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know why she did it. She has the top ratings right now in the mainstream media. She's even beaten out Tucker, for Christ's sake. I mean, why would she need to do this? I mean, that doesn't make any kind of logical sense, man. Now she's turned her own leftist against her for doing this, man. She's turned her own leftist audience against her for trolling him, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, they're comparing this, what Rachel Maddow did last night, to the Geraldo Rivera episode in which he hyped the we're going to break into the vault of Al Capone. And what did they find? Some freaking road maps and, a picture of Al Capone's pizza place or something. Whatever they find. It was crap. It was crap. Same crap, but this one takes the pink taco there, Rachel Maddow. Good God, man. And let me tell you, you should be ashamed of yourself. But nope, no shame. I mean, take a look at that. Look at this picture I just posted of Maddow, folks. This is when she was 21. What is that? I mean, she looks like an AIDS victim right there. What the hell is that? And it makes sense why she wants AIDS policy as a point of emphasis. I mean, only people that are going to put AIDS policy or work for any kind of policy have a vested interest in the goddamn policy, man. Man, that is a disgusting, despicable human being. Anyway, look, I'm done with this. Once again, a nothing burger, an absolute nothing burger as it pertains to this ridiculous, pump-and-dump tax return claim that Rachel Maddow kind of pumped and dumped, for Christ's sake. I'm tired of talking about that bull dyke. Let's move on to another subject matter here. Now, folks, let's talk a little bit about Ryan Care. Now, for you folks that are unaware, I, yesterday, was obstinately against Ryan Care, and I was suggesting that if we were going to go down this direction of having any kind of health insurance over our health, that what we should do is we should go towards a high-risk pool system, at the very least, so that we can offset some of the costs that are afflicted those that don't get sick very often and are paying for health insurance. You should not give cost of healthy people. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense, all right? It doesn't even make any sense. I think that folks that, do high-risk type of activities, work, lifestyles, sports, I mean, these are the rates that should go up on people. People that like to go on Craigslist and Grindr on a daily basis, these people should have their goddamn health insurance go up. All right? I mean, give me a break, man. I mean, we need to realize that if we're going to go down this path of health insurance, we have to make it work better for us. And on top of this high-risk pool system, I also alluded to the fact that we also possibly need to rectify the amount of paperwork involved in the medical industry. And as I stated, Kucinich had initiated a bill in the early 2000s in which he outlined this whole interstate, opening up the state lines and allowing insurances to compete, while at the same time there was a key component within this bill, which I can't find anywhere, which he talks about 80% of the cost of health care goes into paperwork. it goes into a bunch of paper pushing nonsense. So if we could somehow bring in, some kind of auditing system for which we can eliminate the 80% cost of paperwork and reduce it to what, 20%, 25%, 30%? I mean, that's a lot of cost that could be relayed to the consumer, or cost down that could be relayed to the consumer, for Christ's sake. And I hate to say this too, folks, but if you happen to be a little fat in the ass, I think that you should pay a higher rate too. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say anything against fat people or be a fattist. I mean, but if you're a fat piece of crap, well, then you need to pay a little more. And let me tell you, we're going to talk about something later. There was an article out of the New York Times today talking about how online streamers, internet streamers, are having a risky lifestyle because streamers are just sitting on their fat asses for like 5 hours a day, 10 hours a day, in one case 24 hours a day, streaming gaming. I mean, is this for real? People are doing this? People are making money off sitting off their fat asses and playing games and commenting about it? I mean, thanks a lot, Pootie Pie, you asshole. But anyway, I mean, I even think that these fat asses that sit on their ass, like Boogie, Boogie, look, I hate to bring this guy up. And listen, I feel bad for Boogie, okay? I really do feel bad for Boogie. I know I talk garbage about him. I think he's a shameless asshole who markets pity and obviously gets paid for it, okay? But I'm not going to give him a red cent. What I'm going to tell Boogie is that, look, it's obviously you hate your wife, okay? Your wife is obviously cucking you. I saw the pictures of her and her black friend. And let me tell you something, for all you folks, 411, if your wife miraculously has a black friend, I think that you need to, maybe start, for a lack of a better term, measuring the circumference of her orifices thereafter. I'm just saying. But in my personal view, I think Boogie is purposely eating himself into oblivion so he can hurry up and die off. Okay? I mean, seriously. I mean, he needs to hurry up and die off. I feel bad for the guy, but, nature needs to take its course on this guy. I mean, I feel sorry for him not because he's a fat piece of crap. I feel sorry for him because he knows he's a loser and he wants to die. I mean, no one acts like that. No one puts, I saw Boogie, okay, throw Doritos, Mountain Dew, and like Pop-Tarts and all kinds of shit in a blender and put it in a freaking glass, and he drank it all. I mean, and what, we're supposed to give health care to this fat piece of crap? We're supposed to feel sorry for this fat piece of garbage? Look, I think that if you're a little fat in the ass, you should pay more too. And if you don't want to pay more, well then get your ass into shape and put the fucking fork down! God! I'm sorry for cursing, man. But look, these are very simple things that I am suggesting that the Congress hasn't even approached, all right? I mean, I'm serious, man. We need to start talking about these issues, man. Give me the mic. Somebody online's telling me that's his sister. Okay, well, that's even worse if you want my opinion, all right? I'll be like, hey, sis, what are you doing? Who is this guy? Is he at least a rapper with some money that you can, like, at least divorce after a couple of years? And no, he's not. Well, then what are you doing? Is he a doctor? Is he a lawyer? Is he a high earner? No. Then what are you doing? Anyway, folks, look, all I'm simply stating is this. We need to start, talking about these issues if we're going to continue to go down this insurance route. And as I stated in the beginning of the hour, the reason that the Republicans are initiating this Ryan Care and Trump is going along with it, something needs to be done before Obamacare bankrupts the country. And if Obamacare bankrupts the country, then we're going to be in 2008 and 2009 all over again. I mean, they are basically, this is a scam, man. They're utilizing this to set up for another financial situation caused by Obamacare, and guess what's going to happen? Who's going to be bailed out? All the people, all the bureaucrats, everybody involved in Obamacare, all right? You know what I'm saying? And speaking of which, no, I don't think that's his wife. That's his wife. Here it is. Here's Boogie for you folks that were questioning whether or not that was his wife. Here it is. Here's a tweet of him.
Why does this picture of my wife and one of her friends make people so insecure? Weird stuff, if you ask me.
I mean, look at the picture of his wife, his dopey-ass freaking Zoe Quinn-looking wife over here. And look at this brother over here. Look at the smile on this brother's face. Are you kidding me? He probably just unloaded one in one of her orifices over here, and he's like, yeah, baby, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby, Hey, Boogie, how's your wife and my kids, baby? Hey, Boogie, how's your wife and my kids, baby? Oh my God. Anyway, look, look. Let's be honest, all right? Look at that girl there. All right, she's not a very good-looking girl, but she's young. All right, so she looks like she's in her mid-20s. You know, chicks in their mid-20s, they like to have it about 2 or 3 times a day. All right, Boogie can't even walk. Okay. So, you know, she's got to get it somewhere. I'm sure she told Boogie,
look, Boogie, I love you, but you can't even last a couple of seconds without, you know, clenching your chest. You can't even get it up anymore. I can't even find the thing in that wilderness of blubber that you call a midsection. Your prostate is actually leaning over your penis. So we got to do something else. Okay, I have to get one of these black guys. Okay, I got to get one of these black guys. All right. Do you mind if I go get one of my blacks? Well, honey, you know, as long as I can continue to play my video games and continue to play with my toys, and you still be with me. You're still going to be with me when I play with my toys, and you're still going to be with me when I play my video games. No, of course I will. It's great. I just need a black. Okay, you let me have one of those blacks. And you can have all the toys you want. You can blend up all the Doritos, mix with Mountain Dew and pudding and mayonnaise. You can do that all you want to. I'll be here and pretend that I actually am fondling your midsection.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, look, I'm sorry for going off keister on this. I mean, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost, and of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter and Gab. And of course, Gab is the Twitter alternative. You can get to Gab by typing in your browser right now, gab.ai. And you can follow me there under the same name, Politics Ghost, all one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost on Twitter and Gab. Anyway, folks, I didn't mean to get off on that tirade about Boogie. And for you folks that are unaware, he's this disgustingly, slovenly, fat YouTube bastard who literally pimps sympathy so that people can donate to his Patreon and buy his disgusting, despicable, weaponized autistic products, okay? Anyway, with that being said, the reason I went into that is because this idiot, Boogie, was pissing and moaning during the campaign
that I'm going to lose my health care. I'm going to lose it, and I can't get the health that I need. And I can't believe Trump is going to do. You're going to take away my health care. You fat piece of crap. I mean, how much are you making? I read somewhere that you're making like, $3 to $5 grand a month in Patreon donations. Are you joking? 3 to 5,000? You're peddling sympathy, you freak. Anyway, this is the kind of people that need to be. Look, Boogie makes some pretty good money, man. He should pay for his own health insurance. But you see, this entitled fat piece of crap. He's been entitled his whole goddamn life. I mean, only an entitled piece of fat trash garbage would be able to continue to be a fat piece of loser crap like that without any kind of consequence. I mean, you don't get fat like that if you go out and work. You don't get fat like that when you go out and, actually conduct yourself in the world. You understand? I mean, you don't do it. You do not do it. And you see, I just have no pity for this guy. I feel sorry for him because I know he wants to die. Okay? No one eats like that. No one does that without wanting to die. And I think that, look, Boogie, with all due respect, if you were going to do this and you're like, slowly killing yourself, why mess around about it? Why don't you just throw your fat ass out of a goddamn window and, put some candy in your goddamn pockets so when your fat ass is splattered on the ground, people can be like, oh, my God, that's gross. Look at that fat guy. Oh, a piece of candy. I mean, don't mess around about it. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, look, I'm done with this. All I'm saying is now that we have put pressure on the Republicans, and when I say we, I'm talking about those of us on the Trump train. Now you've got the Republicans stepping a bit back now. Paul Ryan last night was making the rounds on the mainstream news political media saying, well, of course we're open to changes. What are you talking about? This wasn't set in stone. We didn't say that. Come on, guys. Yes, you did. You went out last week in front of the media in a freaking PowerPoint presentation trying to dictate why 8 days worth of freaking work of 66-page revision of a 3,000-page Obamacare was justifiable. Give me a break, Paul Ryan. You need to be removed as Speaker of the House. You need to be removed. All I'm saying is, look, these are things that could be added to the bill that could help curb any potential loss of someone's health care, okay? And in my personal view, I believe that we need high-risk pools in which we give the high-risk people the higher bills on those health care premiums. I think that we need to bill, people that are fat. I'm sorry. If you're fat, I don't even think you need a medical examination. I think that if you're fat, you should just go ahead and have your sorry, we got to go ahead and we got to heighten up your damn insurance premium because, all kinds of things can happen if you're fat, folks. I'm not trying to say, oh, you're going to get diabetes or you're going to get heart condition. No, there's a lot of things that could happen to you. You could fall and break your hip because your fat ass slipped on a freaking ice or something. You understand? You could break your arm, slipping on a cordless phone and, break your arm and break your wrist trying to brace yourself from falling to the ground. All right? I'm just saying there's a lot of risk. And listen, I am not against anybody being a little bit hefty. I'm not, okay? I'm not. But I'm just saying being hefty should not be something that is accorded to everybody. It should only be accorded to those that can afford it. Isn't that what the fat cats used to be called back in the old days, the old Nathan Rothschilds and the Carnegies and the J.P. Morgans. These guys were fat, man. J.P. Morgan died of cirrhosis of the liver, for Christ's sake. At the end of his life, his own face was eating itself. He was so goddamn cirrhosised out. But now we've got fat asses all over America. And wasn't Michelle Obama, that tranny, wasn't that tranny supposed to say, I'm going to make America healthy, baby. I'm going to make America healthy.
America has gotten more unhealthy under Obama than any other time in history, okay? I mean, if you wanted to make America healthy there, Michael Obama or Michelle Obama, what you could have done is instead of giving people food stamps where they can go and get nothing but a bunch of processed crap, maybe you should have stuck with the fact that if you're going to be buying anything on food stamps, it's going to be something of health benefit, something within the goddamn food groups, actual fruits and vegetables, all right? All right? I mean, come on, man. This is simple. Oh my God. Anyway, look, let's continue going for Christ's sake, all right? I'm gonna move on, all right? We talked about this earlier in the broadcast. The President of the United States announces that he's going to challenge the Obama-era fuel standards. And what he's going to do, folks, he's going to eliminate that whole car manufacturers having to have every car travel so many miles per gallon and all this nonsense, all right? And this way, this does a lot of things. First of all, the car companies are going to be like, good, we're not held to that standard, and we can't be sued for lying about it, just like most of these companies like Volkswagen are being sued because they lied about those emission tests and those emission standards, all right? I like the fact that Trump's getting rid of this, and this is a subtle attempt, all right, or a subliminal attempt, I should say, at trying to bring up the rise of oil pricing because, as I stated, our U.S. currency is tied to the petro. It's tied to oil. And the reason it's tied to oil, folks, is because what makes our dollar credible is the fact that the majority of oil producers exclusively trade their oil in U.S. currency. So that's why they call our dollar the petrodollar, because that's what's making the integrity of our dollar valuable itself. The petrodollar. Now, as we've been seeing more producers being on the world market producing oil, we've seen a drastic decrease in the price of oil, see it go way below $50 here this week. And Trump, by saying, you know what, we're going to get rid of these Obama fuel standards, he indirectly, folks, you saw today, I mean, the damn oil was up 2.5%+ today. All right, I'm telling you, we're business folks. We're capitalists, baby. We know what we're doing. Like Mnuchin, when he went up to the Congress and saying that he wants to raise the debt ceiling. Remember the last time they shut down the government? The Republicans shut down the government when they wanted a debt raise. Remember that? When the Democrats wanted to raise the debt ceiling? Now you got Mnuchin wanting the debt ceiling raised. Why? Because Mnuchin wants to stop this over-speculation of the dollar. Okay? This over-speculation of the dollar. I'm just saying. I mean, this is a capitalist revolution. We have capitalists that are in the administration. I can assure you of that personally, okay? It's not an accident, folks, that 1 minute I say something, the next minute the administration's doing something about it. I don't think it's an accident. Remember, there's nobody helping this administration. There's nobody suggesting what the administration should be doing policy-wise. I mean, all the president has right now is a bunch of bureaucratic hawks and idealists that surround him and are not necessarily pure political. Because remember, you still have to do things within the framework of the bureaucratic system. And to do that, you have to tame the system because one can't just put themselves in charge of a humongous, vast system as the United States government and think that it can single-handedly control the system on its own.
Calling the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA simply a compact SUV is like describing a cathedral as just 4 walls and a ceiling. The GLA is both a beautiful work of design and one of the most functional SUVs in its class, and it's available at an exceptional price. Why drive any compact SUV when you could be driving the 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLA? Visit MBUSA.com/GLA to learn more. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
You've got to tame the system, and that's exactly what Donald Trump is doing at this point in time. We are witnessing a civil war, folks, and I can't stress that anymore, I should say. It is the deep state, and a lot of these people that are a part of the deep state are Obama appointees, and they're loyal to Obama. And they're not loyal to Obama because of any other reason other than the fact that he created and expanded the intelligence community's capabilities and funding. And because Obama did that, of course these intelligence community idiots are going to be loyal to Obama. I mean, they got paid during his administration. Everybody who was friends with the Democrats got paid. Rachel Maddow got paid. Why don't you look at the stimulus package 2 and see how much she got? All right? Anybody who was affiliated with the Democrats during Obama's administration, all right, they got paid. And that's why I'm telling you, look at stimulus package 2. Look at who got paid in stimulus package 2 and correlate that with who's out here most vocal against Trump right now. And it all comes clear. These people that are against Trump are not ideologically based. They are based in this idea that Obama wealth transferred money from the tax system into their pockets, and they bought the loyalty of the institutions that are currently against Trump right now. So all I'm simply stating is this. The president needs our help in every fashion, every capacity possible. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, to try to inform you folks so that you can go out and inform other folks, so you can have a well-rounded idea of what the hell is really going on, instead of relying on the mainstream media, who's not going to give you a goddamn thing. You know what the mainstream media wants you to do? They want you to sit there and feel good. That's what they want you to do, so you can listen to the next advertisement. Everything is so great. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the leftists. I mean, they talk to you in that calm voice, that NPR style, trying to make you relaxed, trying to be meek. It's a bunch of crap. That's why when I talk to you on this broadcast, I talk to you like a goddamn man, and not like some punk, not like some puss, not like some, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm scared. No, I talk with confidence. I talk with domination because I know what I'm talking about. I've lived life. I've seen what this goddamn system has done and continues to do to the American people. And unless we, as the American people, rise up and assume the power that is appropriately ours, a government made for the people and by the people, this is it for us, folks. Anyway, folks, let's continue going because we're running out of time here. Once again, POTUS announces the challenge to Obama-era fuel standards. Let me move on to the next subject matter. Now, this next subject matter might piss a little bit of some of you folks off, all right? Now, Attorney Jeff Sessions came out today and said in a press conference that he plans to crack down on drugs and guns. And what he means about drugs, he's not just talking about heroin, he's not just talking about the yayo and the nose candy, he's talking about marijuana. That's right, folks. The feds are going to start cracking down on marijuana. I told you this was going to happen, folks. I told you this was going to happen. And the reason is, let's be honest, okay? Ever since we started this legalization of leisure consumption of marijuana, wherever these states that allowed this to happen did this, we have seen a lackadaisical, very lazy society ensue. And not to mention, there is a strong correlation between this weaponized marijuana and leftism and liberalism. Being zonked out of your mind. I'm not joking around. And listen, I think it's better for America at this point in time. I know people are going to be like, "Are you kidding me, Ghost? Come on, man. Come on."
I mean, yeah, we're gonna go over here and illegal. Oh, come on, we're gonna go and make marijuana illegal. Why, dude?
Look at what it's doing to our society, folks. It's making our society complacent and stupid. You know, I mean, the basis of people, you know, if it isn't marijuana and them being zonked out of their minds, they're getting drunk as a skunk. And if they're not doing that, they're getting high off heroin. And if they ain't doing that, they're doing cocaine. If they ain't doing that, they're doing... I mean, you know, there's even legal stuff now that is coming out the woodwork. What was that? What we saw recently, bath salts? What the hell is that, man? That makes you want to chew other people's faces or some crap. You got, what was that other? Salvia? Salvia, which you can legally obtain in head shops, from what I understand. You smoke this crap, and it takes you into a goddamn netherworld in a freaking 10-minute trip that makes you believe that you just saw the freaking Reaper or something. So I'm just saying, folks, in my personal opinion, I believe that leisure... Now, people are coming at me about the medical stuff. Listen, I know about the medical stuff. I think marijuana oil is... I mean, but listen, that's medicinal. Okay? I mean, that's a completely different story. I'm talking about being able to go to these stupid, dumb, what do you call these weed shops, you know, these weed shops, and just like,
yeah, can I have like 2 ounces of that blueberry kush, and can I get some of this, fruity-ass smelling kush over here and some chronic, and can I have some of that purple cream? And can I have some of that, I mean, come on, man. I'm just saying, man. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that because they're going to crack down on this that you're not going to be able to obtain marijuana anymore. I'm just saying that, man, people shouldn't have this kind of accessibility to it. And if they didn't, I don't think that they would spend as much time, effort, and energy in consuming it like a moron. You know, and just, you know, getting zonked out of their minds. I think that if it was illegal and you still had to know somebody who dealt this crap, I don't think people would have enough time, effort, and energy to be smoking all day. You understand? I mean, if you had to actually go out and find a dealer somewhere, somebody who actually had and they were holding, you wouldn't be able to be zonked out of your mind all day, and maybe you would be that supposed responsible weed smoker that everybody claims that they are, when you know and I know they're not, for Christ's sake, man. Especially with this weaponized marijuana. I mean, what is this freaking crap? Dro? What is this crap? I smoked Dro, believe it or not, what was it, April 20th of last year, and I couldn't believe what the hell this was. It was weaponized marijuana, man. It's weaponized marijuana. Anyway, folks, we shall see how aggressive Jeff Sessions is going to crack down on guns and drugs. But if you want my personal opinion, I think that guns and drugs is a euphemism of going into inner cities and kicking ass and taking names. I mean, I'm serious. Going into these inner cities and finding the connections between government officials, and criminal elements, criminal underground. I mean, you have to start where it's at. I mean, why is it, folks, that democratically dominated cities are criminal hellholes? I mean, the inner cities are filled with crime, criminality, murder, drugs, rape, vandalism, armed robbery, burglary. I mean, why? Because, folks, when you have people dependent on systems, then people need to be employed to maintain the system, you know? And when everybody becomes dependent in the welfare system, the child support system, the justice system, the probation office system, the prison system, you need people to be employed. And guess who's employed? The bureaucrats!
So anyway, we shall see what happens with this Jeff Sessions crackdown on guns and drugs. Once again, I think they're going to crack down on marijuana. If you have invested in the marijuana industry, I know there's many people that have. I think you need to sell out now. Okay, you need to take your money and run. Take your money and whatever weeds you got left and run. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, let me move on, for Christ's sake, because we're running out of time here. Let's get to some international news. The Dutch elections are currently happening, or actually the polls closed. They're starting the preliminary count. Unfortunately, folks, it looks like Wilders is not going to win the Dutch elections, folks. It looks like the cuckery of cucks of the Netherlands have won once again, even though you have Turkey literally calling Dutch and the people in the Netherlands a bunch of Nazis, all right? That still didn't wake up the national identity of the folks in the Netherlands to come out and vote against this ridiculous cuckold connoisseur policy of letting immigrants into the country and dictate what the Netherlands is going to do, how they're going to conduct their laws, so on and so forth. I mean, listen, I thought that Wilders had a long shot. I kind of anticipated him not winning this particular race in the Netherlands. I thought that he was way too aggressive in his approach as it pertains to his campaigning. And the reason I say this, folks, is because the Netherlands, I mean, they're a pretty leftist society. This is the society, folks, who, has legal prostitution. You can go buy heroin. You can go buy all this garbage. Marijuana's all over the street. These people are zonked out of their minds. I was just talking about this, right? I mean, I was just talking about this in the previous segment. I mean, this is why the Netherlands didn't elect Wilders, because, they're like in this zonked high state, and I'm sure these Dutch people, these wooden shoe folks, are like, oh, man, no, I don't want to talk about that, man. I just, don't harsh my mellow, man. I don't want to, I mean, I can only imagine that's what these people are thinking. And because these people are zonked out of their minds and don't know the actual issues at hand that's going on within their domestic politics, that's why Wilders was not able to pull off this upset in the Netherlands. So this, unfortunately, is a win. All right, this is a win in the globalists' pocket, and it's been nice knowing the Netherlands. I think that they're about to go out. I mean, Turkey has already said that it has pretty much shit-canned, for lack of a better term, the immigration or migration deal that it had with the EU. We talked about this yesterday. At any moment, Europe could have millions upon millions, even more migrants pouring into Europe in a massive invasion because Turkey decided to rip up this migrant deal with the EU. And because you've already heard Erdogan talking garbage about the Netherlands, you heard Erdogan talking about how the Dutch are Nazis. Erdogan even invoked Srebrenica. All right? I mean, the Islamist enclave out there in Serbia that got, pretty much ethnically cleansed, for a lack of a better term, by Mladic. And, of course, Mladic was tried for that particular genocide in the World Court. And yet, what the hell happened? Turkey doesn't even want to acknowledge the Armenian genocide. So when it's politically convenient, Erdogan will, point the finger at the Netherlands and say, "Oh, Srebrenica, you were overlooking that," and all this crap. And for you folks that don't know, the reason that they blame the Netherlands for Srebrenica is because they were the United Nations peacekeeping force that was supposed to help these people leave the enclave and go into another country so that so they could be safe from impending danger that was happening to them by the Serbs. And Mladic had other plans and decided to massacre all the men and boys that were a part of this enclave in a massive genocide. And the Dutch, the Netherlands, the Dutch peacekeepers of the UN just kind of aided this particular process of Mladic, aided Mladic in moving and actually killing these Muslims out of Srebrenica. And, you know, what's really sad about it is that after the whole Srebrenica situation and all the Muslims were killed, the Dutch, and look, there's a video of this. I mean, there's a video. As a matter of fact, I will tweet that video after this broadcast. There's video of these Dutch peacekeepers in UN uniform drinking Heineken. Heineken's a Dutch beer, by the way. It's not German. It's Dutch. They're drinking Heinekens like they're celebrating. They're celebrating. So anyway, I'm just saying, it's nice knowing you, Netherlands, but you're about to be. I mean, you're about to go in. You're probably going to be another part of Turkey's empire at this point in time. You people are cucked. And look, you don't think that their openness in taking drugs has anything to do with Wilder's defeat? I mean, these people are being overtaken. I mean, did y'all see that riot that happened this weekend out there in Germany and in the Netherlands, for Christ's sake? I'm just saying, man. Good God. Anyway, once again, Dutch election results. Looks like Wilders didn't do it, man. Didn't do it. Let's hope Le Pen can kind of make the globalists take it on the teeth with the near approaching French elections. Let me move on to another subject matter, folks. I want to talk a little bit about the Secretary of State, Tillerson. He's going to go on an Asia trip, and according to reports, he's actually going to pursue and press China to apply pressure to North Korea in response to North Koreans' recent ballistic missile testing and belligerence in the region. Now, I personally believe that I think that Donald Trump's missing an opportunity with North Korea. I think that if you go back to the 1994 Joint Framework Agreement, I think that North Korea could be your pit bull in the region. I mean, China does not really want to deal with North Korea. I mean, while China is thumbing its nose at America, every day they're talking garbage militarily about America. When they stop taking in exports of coal from North Korea went on their state-run television and called out China. Called them out. And China didn't say a goddamn thing. Now, why would China not say a damn thing? Huh? Why would not? Well, because they're not necessarily wanting a confrontation with a neighbor, okay? They don't want a confrontation with North Korea because, to be honest with you, I think that China is a paper tiger. I think that there is a lot of domestic underlying problems within the framework of their communist government. I think if push comes to shove, if the communist government forced its people to go into any kind of theater of combat, any kind of conflict, they're not going to fight for them. And you know what's really sad, and I've explained this about China, is that they've got their people so childlike. Because, folks, in China, whatever beans that these folks make after 18-hour work days in the Chinese factories that are owned by the communist government, they go out and spend their money on entertainment. Huh? Much like what America's doing. Huh? That's right. And you see, I've said this before. When Kobe Bryant, the basketball player, went to China, when China hosted the Olympics, he couldn't go anywhere without being mobbed. All right? I mean, without being mobbed, for Christ's sake. And I'm not just talking about like, one or two people, a group of people. I'm talking like mounds of people. I mean, remember, in China, there's over 1 billion people. And he he was like Michael Jackson. He couldn't even walk. He could not even walk. And why is this, folks? Because these folks in China are anesthetized with entertainment. It's what keeps them docile. It's what keeps them complacent. And that's exactly what has been done here to America as well. That's why you need to kill your TV, folks. All right? You need to stop paying for cable. You understand that cable is television programming. It's television programming. They're trying to program you. Do you understand me? That's what I'm saying, man. But as I stated, folks, Tillerson going out. He's going to go to China. He's going to press China on North Korea. Now, let's see if China does anything, because they need to start doing something. All right? I mean, if they don't want us to take away money from the trade deal that we have with these sons of bitches, they better go in there and bitch slap the fat Kim Jong-un or some crap, all right? I mean, China, you haven't done dick for us, man, and we've made your country. So I hope that Tillerson goes out there and, he does some class act diplomacy and gets something in return from China, especially on North Korea. All right, and this is his first Asian trip as well, folks, as a Secretary of State. I'm very confident in Tillerson, folks. Remember, he was the CEO of Exxon, so this man knows exactly how to negotiate, to say the least. And this is a self-made man. Tillerson was not born into money. This man started off in Exxon from the bottom and raised himself all the way to CEO, baby. This is a capitalist. So if anybody knows the art of the deal, it's this man right here, Tillerson. So I hope that Tillerson can make this happen with China. And if not, I hope that in between this Asian trip, he sends some small delegation over there to North Korea and maybe reestablish the 1994 Joint Framework Agreement so that China could shut its stupid rice bowl-eating mouth. Anyway, I don't have much time, folks. We're running out of time here. I'm going to continue going. I want to talk a little bit about Vladimir Putin now. Now, I talked about this yesterday, folks, that Vladimir Putin, all right, Vladimir Putin, in my view, is at a very vulnerable point in his political career. I alluded to in the beginning of the broadcast that this man has raped his country out of every red cent that it has. $200 billion in his bank account, folks. I mean, if you want my personal opinion, somebody within the framework of the Russian system should take out Putin just for that on principle. I've never seen Putin run a damn business. I've never seen Putin deal anything. He's a damn communist bureaucrat that stole that $200 billion. He stole that $200 billion, and yet everybody out here in the international community wants to put Putin on some kind of a pedestal as if he's some kind of a strong man. He's a criminal. He's a communist. He killed for communism, for Christ's sake. He was in the KGB. He killed for communism. And you mean to tell me all of a sudden he has a change of heart? You mean to tell me he has a change of heart now and all of a sudden he's not some godless communist? Now he is he's a religious nationalist? Is that what you're trying to sell me here? Putin, a man who kills for communism, is now a Orthodox church-going nationalist? You people have been psyoped, man. You people have been psyoped. Anyway, the reason I bring up Vladimir Putin is because, as I stated, I don't think he's as strong domestically as many people think. I've alluded to the fact there's been many people that have been conveniently dying that are affiliated with the Russian government. There have been axing of 10 different generals by Putin within the past month. a big restructuring of the system that he has. Remember, Putin has to tame his system. His system over there in Russia has a mind of its own, and that's why this guy, before he has anybody who is going to challenge him within the structure of the bureaucratic system of Russia, he has them killed. All right, he has them killed. Or in the cases of these 10 generals, he fires them. And I'm sure firing 10 generals is not going to be very favorable within the military system. Remember, soldiers respect their leaders. You know, soldiers respect their generals. I mean, when General Mattis was going to be Secretary of Defense, everybody in the military just couldn't wait. I mean, this was a dream come true. You finally got one of them in the Department of Defense, so that if Mattis ever utilizes the arms of war, he's going to know how to use them, why to use them, and use them properly. Not for some political purpose like these civilians have been doing whenever they're appointed as the Secretary of Defense. But Vladimir Putin has signed a deal with the Ossetia. The South Georgia region, that we had a conflict about. Remember when Vladimir Putin went into this same region of Georgia, was it back in 2004, and he attempted to try to take it over, and he said that the reason that he went into that particular region was to save certain oppositions of the government that were of Russian descent in the South Ossetia area of Georgia. Well, the reason that this is so important, folks, he is actually going to integrate the forces, the rebel forces that are in the South Ossetia, Georgia region into the Russian military. I mean, that sounds like a sign of desperation of somebody who doesn't trust his own military. I mean, have y'all ever seen the movie Alexander? Probably one of the most underrated movies that Oliver Stone ever made. And I don't even like Colin Farrell, but I thought he played a great Alexander. This is what Alexander the Great did as he expanded his empire to explore what was not known as the whole world. I mean, he went exploring east. He went as far east as India, or Bactria is what they would call it at the time. And what Alexander the Great would do is that he would conquer his lands and take on the armies of those lands, which at some point pissed off his home countrymen who went with him on this 10-year journey eastward and battling every goddamn civilization that met their path. He would take on new soldiers, and his original soldier base of Macedonia got a little envious. And, to offset that envy, he just kept bringing on other conquered militaries into his own military. All right? Excuse me, it's actually northern Georgia. My apologies. Thank you very much, Novelty Best. It's just the South Ossetia region of northern Georgia. Thank you. But him integrating these are rebels. This isn't even a force out here in South Ossetia. I mean, this is a rebel force. So Putin is instructing the military, the Russian military, to integrate a rebel force into the Russian military system. And this is after he has fired 10 generals early this month. I mean, something doesn't seem right here, folks. And that's why I keep telling you, I don't think Vladimir Putin is on safe ground over there in his domestic homeland. And if you want my personal opinion, if Vladimir Putin isn't somehow heart attacked or suicided or something of that capacity here in the next year, I'm going to be very surprised. I'm not even joking around. I'm going to be very, very surprised if Vladimir Putin is not removed from power from within. And that's why you've got people from the FSB contacting yours truly, unearthing the Putin spy network that's based in Silicon Valley over here, because there are people within Russia that do not like Putin and they want him removed. And the only reason that Putin is still in power is because, much like political science, folks, he's winning over Mr. and Mrs. Joe Vodka out there in Russia. And what have I told you about political science? What have I told you about political science? It's about basically convincing Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack that you're in charge and everything's okay, and just accept what we do. And what we do is the truth. I mean, that's really political science, folks. I hate to say it. That's why political science is a science. It's a science of delivering a message to Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack so that they can continue going to work, so they can continue, being vokes in the machine of the economic system of the country, and so they can continue to do what they're doing and accept the power structure and accept the policy and accept what's going on without too much opposition. That's political science. I do want to say, folks, that I don't think this is a very good sign. I think Putin is running scared. I don't think that he trusts anybody within the Russian government except his own inner circle. And I think that even his own inner circle is looking, according to what I have in what information I'm privy to, is that Putin is literally running out of friends, especially when you steal $200 billion and, everybody else out there, mostly in Russia, is living like squalor.
Outside the office, you exercise, eat right, but being healthy shouldn't stop when you sit down at your desk. People say sitting is the new smoking. But what can you do? Check out VeriDesk, the original and easiest way to stand and sit while you work. It's simple and height adjustable with no assembly or new office furniture required. Find the size that's perfect for your desk at veridesk.com. Stand, sit, feel better. Go to veridesk.com and work the way you live. VeriDesk. Work elevated.
Over 90% of all Fortune 500 companies share one thing in common. You can find a VeriDesk on their desks. Here's why. Research says sitting is the new smoking. But people who stand more and sit less say their back feels better and that they're more productive. VeriDesk is crafted to last a lifetime. It's height adjustable and there's no assembly. All the details are at veridesk.com. VARIdesk.com. The original VeriDesk. Join the movement.
So, with that being said, I'll be surprised if Putin is still alive in a year. All right? I'll be very surprised. And if he is still alive, I personally believe that there'll be several attempts at his life this year. All right? What's today's date here? It's March 15th. All right? By next March 15th, if there's no attempts at Putin's life and he's still around, well, then he has done some unbelievable political science work to sustain his power. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Anyway, let's continue going. Last but not least, folks, okay, I want to talk a little bit about what is this? Streaming. You know, the health hazards of streaming, folks. Now, I don't want to talk about the people in question. I don't want to give their names out. If you want to read this report about the health risks of streaming, I strongly advise you folks to look at the New York Times article that was put out. And what it says here, and this is not the first time that I have seen these types of articles. Now, in my view, folks, streaming should not kill you. But you see, folks, when you hear streaming, it's not like this broadcast, where you got a 3-hour show, we're conveying information, and that sort of thing. No. This streaming is what I'm talking about. It's what PewDiePie does. Although PewDiePie, all he does is make pre-recorded videos, and he's commentating over playing video games, and he puts them out, and he's already got his fan base, and he's making all kinds of money. Now, people are doing this, but they're doing this live. There is a site called Twitch, which is a gaming site in which people can, become partners in this Twitch program. Twitch obviously is owned by Amazon.com. And what gamers do, folks, is they get on Twitch and they play. And look, I was looking at a regimen of a Twitch streamer who recently almost had a heart attack because this Twitch streamer did absolutely nothing but sit on his fat ass for about 12 hours a day and gained about 150 pounds, and then he wonders why in the hell he's got cardiovascular problems. But this guy consisted of this. He'd wake up at 7 and, do his morning routine till about 7:30, 7:45. He'd take his kids to school, and from 8 to 3, I could not believe it, from 8 to 3, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., this idiot is on Twitch streaming, playing video games. I mean, are this many people really looking at this crap? Anyway, 8 to 3, this was this guy's schedule, that he plays Twitch. All right? And as a result, after Twitch, he stays on for another 3 hours chatting with fans. All right? Spends another 3 hours chatting with fans. So, I mean, all this time, this idiot is just sitting on his fat ass. All right? Sitting on his fat ass. And what got him, and I'm not going to say the name of the Twitch streamer. I mean, you could probably find this yourself. I'm not promoting these fat fucks. I'm sorry. Excuse my French. I'm not promoting a bunch of fat, disgusting, pathetic gamers that instead of going out and working for a goddamn living, sit on their fat ass, all right, streaming gaming and commentary. I just don't think that's, I'm sorry. But the reason I bring this up is because I don't feel sorry for these fat pieces of crap. I mean, it goes back to the boogies. It goes back to these, fat pieces of loser trash, all right, that are sitting here and just playing video games and trying to live the freaking, what is it, the dork's dream on making a living off of playing video games? I mean, are you kidding me? Anyway, the reason I brought this up, okay? The reason I brought this up is because not only was I talking about this one streamer, there was actually a Twitch streamer who died, all right, during a 24-hour marathon stream, all right? I mean, give me a break, man. I mean, a 24-hour stream. Why? Why would you do that? Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, it was this guy by the name of Pashi Brid. Since he's already dead, I'll go ahead and plug him since, he's not going to be streaming with us anymore. Anyway, Pashi Brid, a.k.a. Bryant Vignenault, died of unknown causes on February 19th after streaming for 22 hours. He was 35 years old, a father of 3. Can you believe this? Now, to his credit, he was trying to make money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's great. How about making a wish for yourself? How about that? Anyway, he was there for 22 hours, sitting there gaming, obviously trying to look for cash. I mean, that's what these Twitch streamers are doing. They're doing this for money. He gets up after 22 hours and says, "I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get some cigarettes." Never came back to the stream. This guy was face down, dead as a doornail at his house. All right. Now, the reason I say this, folks. The reason I say this is because, listen, okay, enough of this whole fat in the ass, loser gamer culture, man. I'm sorry. Look, I agree you should be able to play games. I agree you should go out and have some leisurely activity. If that's what you like to do after work, well, then fucking play games. I don't really care. Excuse my French. Play all the games you want. I mean, this idiot who died here died because he wanted to play games for a goddamn living, for Christ's sake, man. And when you're playing games for a living, you get fat in the ass. All right, you go out, you drink Mountain Dew by the gallons. All right, you get Pop-Tart crumbs on your keyboard, for Christ's sake. All right, you get fat in the ass, you're not healthy, you're not walking around, you're not getting any goddamn cardio to any capacity, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, I'm tired of this, man. Wake up, man. There's a whole world out there that you people are missing. And instead, what are you doing? I'm going to game for 24 hours a day because I think it's cool. Jesus Christ, man. All right. And look, the guy died February 19th. And you know what's sad? Is that I'm looking at this guy's GoFundMe page right now. He didn't even have enough money to bury himself. I mean, why in the hell were you playing all those video games? And let alone, why the hell were you playing video games for 22 hours for a goddamn stupid 2-bit charity? Listen, I like the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's great. But let's be honest. I mean, it's a cock tease, all right? You're giving kids, right before they're about to take a dirt nap, you're giving them a peek. You're like, here you go. This is what you're never going to have in your life. And is that healthy? I don't know. Is it healthy? I don't know. I'm just saying, man, this guy didn't make enough money to pay for his own funeral. So, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, why are people doing this? I mean, what kind of money are you people trying to make? I don't get it. I mean, I'm looking at this guy, Poshy Brid's Memorial Fund, okay? He's trying to raise $25,000, which sounds about right, unfortunately, for a goddamn funeral. I hate to say it. That's about the going rate if you want a decent funeral. You know what I'm saying? This guy, I don't understand. You're playing 24 hours for a charity and you don't have enough money to bury yourself, man? I mean, what's wrong with that picture, man? Anyway, look, I think that, you gamers, look, I have nothing against gamers, okay? What I have against is people that are gaming addicts and think that they're going to make a living. They think they're the next PewDiePie, or they think that listen, anybody can play a game, fat asses, okay? Anybody can play a game. Anybody can commentate like some fruit bowl fat ass, and I don't get this. So I'm just saying, I mean, it seems as if that this poor bastard, what the hell's his name? Poshybird, Brian Vignault, this guy, he was living in squalor, it's obvious, while making just enough money to just barely survive. And why? Because he wanted to play games all day. And this guy's got, what does it say? Father of three. Father of three, and this guy's playing fucking video games. Excuse my French, I don't feel sorry for this guy, okay? I don't feel sorry for this guy. This guy should have been busting his ass, feeding his 3 kids. And look, if he didn't have enough money to be able to bury himself, then all this was a waste of time, and I hate to say this about this man, he was a waste of life. I'm sorry. They should bury this idiot in a goddamn cardboard box and give the money to his children, who ain't going to have crap because this idiot wanted to go out and play video games for a living. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, look, we're out of time here, all right? Look, we got 3 minutes left. Let's take 1 or 2 radio graffiti calls. I'm just saying, I don't feel sorry for these streamers that are getting heart attacks, that they're getting open heart surgery, they're becoming fat asses. I don't feel sorry for you idiots, okay? I think you're morons. And why are you doing charity work when you are a charity case yourself? Can somebody explain that to me? Why are you doing charity work when you're a goddamn charity case? Jesus, you know what? I don't want to do radio graffiti. You know what? I don't want to do radio graffiti. I mean, you want to know why? I'll tell you why I don't want to do radio graffiti today. Because I feel that many of the idiots that are sitting here and that want to ridicule me, they want to ridicule my family, they want to ridicule my dog, they want me dead. You people are probably like this guy, Brian, Poshybrid, all right? This guy over here, 24 hours a day, playing a video game for charity when this asshole, with all due respect, rest in peace, sir, is a charity case himself, ends up dead, can't even pay for his own funeral. Jesus Christ. And you know, that could be you. You understand? That could be you, guys, and you're not even making money off streams. You're just sitting on your fat ass living in mommy's basement. This could be you, 35 years old, dropping dead of a goddamn coronary because you're too busy sitting on your ass playing video games. I'm just saying, folks. I'm just saying. Anyway, look, I'm going to get the hell out of here, all right? And, you know, we'll have radio graffiti tomorrow. I don't feel like taking crap from a bunch of people that I know that are like Poshybrid, all right, who are probably going to go and game for another 10 hours or probably gaming now while you're listening to this broadcast. I don't want to encourage this, all right? I'm sorry. I mean, you know what I have to say about these people that are dying on streams? You know what I got to say? I say be a man and get a fucking life! You're not the next damn pootie pie, you fat, disgusting losers. If you have children, be a man and go out there and do some fucking hard labor like a man. Go out there and do some hard labor like a man. Don't sit out there and make excuses while your fat ass is sitting there in front of a goddamn computer and pretending that you're playing video games for money. All right? You got a goddamn kid. Take care of the kid. Take care of the kid. Take care of the goddamn kid. I can't believe you people. I mean, this guy here, can you believe this? This moron, I'm telling you, I don't like this whole, I'm playing video games and I'm talking over them and people are listening to me. I hope more of them drop dead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe then they'll realize that being a charity case doesn't make you money. All right, you know what? I'm done with this crap. You know, I'm done. You go play video games now, you freaking milky-licking, nipple-clamp-lugging, piggish power-bottom, fruit bowl-having, socialist, slonghead-sucking, pedophile, priest-probing, chicken skin-sack-sucking, cuckold connoisseur pieces of crap. You go out there and play video games. I'm out of here.